vastly different.
Much more on the conference semis this morning. Former head coach, current Sacramento assistant Alvin Gentry will be here 9:30 Eastern with KJZ. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven. It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the ninth inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
It's that time of year, and as a landscaper, that can only mean one thing. It's my time to hustle. And with Metro by T-Mobile, me and my brothers now have the extra tools we need to get this gig growing. Metro gave us 4 lines of unlimited high-speed data for just $25 each. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can keep in touch no matter where we're mowing, and keep the social feed updated, so the whole town knows who's taking charge of these yards.
You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Enjoy Metro's lowest price on unlimited. Just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones. All on the T-Mobile network.
I'm Robin, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
Users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile. Video streams at 480p plus device sales tax with eligible port-in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line, keep 4 line for promo rate. Additional terms. Limited time offer. Details at metrobytmobile.com.
Avantor in Bridgeport, New Jersey has an immediate need for warehouse material handlers. If you're looking for a full-time position offering $16 an hour with growth opportunities, Avantor is for you. You'll receive a matching 401k, health, dental, and vision insurance and paid time off, and a $5,000 employment incentive. Apply online at AvantorSciences.com. Earn $16 an hour working as a warehouse material handler at Avantor in Bridgeport, New Jersey. Go to AvantorSciences.com. Avantor is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Ready, set, summer. Get ready for summer and get your kitchen set up with savings on appliances at the Home Depot's Memorial Day Savings Event, in-store and online. Right now, you'll save a bundle on top appliances like the Samsung stainless steel French door refrigerator. So kick your summer off strong with a kitchen upgrade during the Memorial Day Savings Event at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Valid through June 9th.
O'Reilly. Ready for an oil change? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are here to help. We'll make sure you have all the supplies you need to make the job quick and easy. Right now, get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $28.95. Plus, get a $10 gift card after mail-in rebate. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. All that online activity can mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. And there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. No one can prevent all cybercrime or identity theft, but you can help keep your digital life safe with Norton 360 with LifeLock. This week only is the Better Than Black Friday sale. Save up to 45% off your first year at norton.com/join. Sale ends June 13th.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Consider this a form of therapy. As we begin on this Monday, the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. I want to thank our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters, because Bradford White is here for the pro. It was the hardest morning to find the positive thought that Bob sort of put into my head. You start every day with that positive thought when your feet hit the ground. So I started to, as soon as the Bradford White water heater sprays on me in the shower, I tried to think of something positive. Positive is it's only one game. It's only one game. But how do you look so unprepared? It's only one game. But how did you think your defensive plan for Trae Young was a good one? It's only one game, but you just peed away home court advantage that you fought so hard for all season long. It's only one game, but you had old issues show themselves again. Hopefully Ben is up this morning practicing free throws. I know. The eternal optimists keep pointing out that it's only one game. It's only one game. And look, I do not believe in riding the roller coaster of panic. But let me say this. That was an atrocious game. And I don't care how it got close at the end. That was an atrocious game and an atrocious first half effort for a team that supposedly is ready to win an NBA title. Period. That's where we begin the 6 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch back with us, Pat Egan, the coach Eric Camille. We got Mike directing on YouTube and Connor answering your phone calls, and there will be many of you that will probably stop in this morning at 610-632-0975. Bob, if there was a beer yesterday, every time I went over to Iron Hill after the game, and if there was a beer every time I heard someone say, well, it's only one game. It's only one game. And it is. That's a factual thing. But that was atrocious.
Yeah, they played like a number one seed. And that means that they thought they were a number one seed and they could show up and win the game. And that wasn't the case. It was maddening. It was the worst 3 quarters of basketball I've seen this Sixers team play this year. I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know what the game plan was. I didn't know the adjustments. When I rewatched it last night, I found myself still calling for the starters to get back in the game when Atlanta went on that crazy run in the second quarter. I just Doc Rivers, I don't think, had a good game yesterday, and he'll probably be the first to admit it. Why did it take so long to realize Danny Green wasn't the answer? Why were you letting Danny Green get picked up high and doing nothing about it? I didn't get it. If that was your game plan, it was almost like the game plan was in between let Trae Young get his, but stop the other guys, and you did neither one. Like, well, you let Trae Young get his, but you didn't stop any of the other guys. You left wide open. Their defensive rotation was horrible when they left wide open threes. If you watch the game slowly and watch Atlanta's second passes after Trae Young gave up the ball, it was wide open threes almost every time.
Every time.
So I didn't like what I saw there at all. Now, that being said, I am a firm believer that what the Sixers figured out will help them in the series going forward.
I want to ask you one question, though. You said Doc would be the first one to admit it. I watched a lot of Doc's post-game comments and everything. I didn't feel like he felt that way.
Well, I don't know.
Like as far as saying, this one's on me. Because I truly believe it was horrendous.
Yeah,
I had no idea what he was doing in the second quarter.
I don't think the effort was good either. But if he doesn't admit it, I'd be surprised. I don't think he had a good game. When Trae Young's doing what he did, and I said on our pregame show yesterday that Trae Young's going to score, the assist thing is big to me. Don't let others get involved too much.
They did.
You let others get involved way too much and way too easily.
Jamie, you had a great weekend, and then you come home to that.
Yeah. It's one game.
Here we go.
I think there's some positives to take from it. They're minuscule, but that second quarter, I mean, my cousin and I were watching the first half in the car before we got home, and we both were just like, this is over. In the second quarter, I mean, they let that run get out of control. I don't know why it wasn't stopped. It was atrocious, and that was the worst I've seen the Sixers play pretty much all year. The team defense was pathetic, I would even call it. Doc had a hand in that for sure, but they They didn't show up. You hope the rust has been knocked off and go at it again on Tuesday.
Well, I don't want to hear about rust either. I mean, it's just
the rust of
the Hawks had the same amount of rust.
The mental rust, I think it was
but
what it was.
The Hawks had the same rest.
Yeah, but the Hawks were tested and they went up to MSG and they were invigorated. They're feeling good. We probably all underrated the Hawks. I think as a town.
I tried to say last week. I said 6, and I got ridiculed for it, saying, "Man, I'm not hearing the everybody took. I believe this entire town, took it to they're the Hawks.
They're the Hawks.
I do believe. By the way, I still believe it'll be Sixers and 6.
So do I.
They
have a pesky amount of good basketball players,
but I still believe the nonchalance with which the fan base took it. I saw it from the basketball team. They believed Pat. They thought they were going to roll onto the court, take care of business against this Hawks club, and didn't respect them yesterday.
Yep. I mean, I can't say it better than that. They were embarrassed yesterday. They got punched in the mouth. Anytime that they would seem to chip away at the lead, the Hawks would come back and hit a 3. Their defense was running around like chickens with their heads cut off. I think that was the worst Doc Rivers game I've seen in a while. It took forever to get Danny Green off of Trae Young, and then you put him back on Trae Young. Took, 4 minutes left in the third quarter to put Matisse Thybulle on Trae Young. That was a mistake. I mean, it was a cavalcade of errors, and yet they still only lost by 4.
Yeah, it did get close at the end.
I mean, look, they figured something out.
Yeah, they did.
But
the Hawks just said, we
took
got
the
this
pedal
in
off
hand, took the foot off the pedal, and then start to see it slip away, and then there's panic. But the one thing I'll say is that one coach, one team showed up to play yesterday. One coach had a game plan that was incredibly effective from the jump. One team had an aggressiveness and a professionalism that was great from the jump, and it wasn't the Sixers. And, Bob, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, you can show up for a game. You don't like it to happen, but sometimes as fans, as a coach, we'll see it. Your team doesn't have it that day. The shooting might be off. You're, a guy that's a dribble penetrator might not have it that day, seem a step slow. But what you always have to have, and what this team builds its pride on, is defense, and that's effort. And you gave up 42 points in the first quarter. You gave up 74 in the first half. That's inexcusable. And if your team doesn't have the defense going that day, it's incumbent upon the coach to do something. And he went to his second unit, and they got trampled. And I didn't think...
And he wouldn't put them back on the bench.
Yeah, and many of us agreed. Thought, come on, you got to get the bench guys out of there. He didn't do that. Then you're watching Danny Green continuously on Trae Young, and it's like, what are you doing? Then they start the second half, and he makes the move to put Ben Simmons on him. And Pat talked about not playing smart. Ben Simmons commits 2 fouls at 35 feet on Trae Young when he's not doing anything.
Correct.
Like, what the hell is that?
Along the sideline, the one, was it like mid-court sideline?
Bodying up.
Made no sense.
Yeah, I know you want to show your physicality if you're Ben Simmons on Trae Young. Yes, that's where you have. I said it the other day when we were talking about it that you want him to envelop him, just totally smother him. He tried to do it from 35 feet at the beginning of a half where you're down 20 points. It didn't make sense.
Remember the fourth game that they lost to the Wizards? Ben came out and did that stupid foul that everybody complained about, which the referee, we talked about it at length, and the referees that all were emailing the show saying, it is a foul. They were surprised it was called, but they're like, that is a foul. You don't put yourself in that situation. Ben comes out after halftime, and it's like he didn't even pay attention.
Yeah, and he talked about it
they were in.
After the game, too. I hope in game 2 they let me play with some physical style of defense because that's the only hope you have of really stopping a Trae Young because he's a tiny guy, but he's able to get to his spots, to get his shots. So I guess they were hoping they could body him up. But clearly, I like that Matisse Thybulle call, for instance. It was a joke, but really, you're going to call everything against this guy? So I don't know if the physical defense can be brought this series.
It doesn't look like it can.
No,
it doesn't look like it can.
When Matisse Thybulle gets called on that, and you review it,
was an offensive foul,
and you come back and say, no, we got that one right. That's troubling for the physicality of the rest of the... Because Jamie's right. It's an offensive foul, but it's also the Trae Young getting superstar treatment.
Well, it's as bad, too, that the Hawks didn't review that out of bounds call while the Sixers were on the run that was clearly out of bounds off the Sixers.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't review it. They didn't get a chance to review it because the Sixers got it in fast enough, and the Sixers get a benefit while they're on a run on a ball clearly out on them. I said if anybody, and yesterday I said it during the game, it's something that just really, it grates on me. Your team plays that crappy. Stop with the crap about officials. The officials had nothing to do with the Sixers losing that game yesterday.
I didn't see anybody complaining about it.
Oh, my God, all over
that
Twitter
yesterday. Call was a joke.
Bob,
that call was bad. I didn't see.
But you weren't watching Twitter then. You were just watching the game.
I went back after you said it, and I looked at like 3 hours of Twitter. I saw somebody say that was a bad call, but I didn't think people were saying.
That's not a game. There's nothing to do with the officials yesterday.
No,
it's not going to be.
Yeah, I don't think people are blaming the officials all that much.
It shouldn't be.
No, they shouldn't be.
But Trae Young's getting, a certain level of respect from the refs right now.
As he deserves.
He's a great player. But, if you watch the ESPN, I'm sure you guys all did, the ESPN pregame show, you would have thought it was Trae Young by himself playing a series alone, like Joel Embiid wasn't out. It was, Joel Embiid is available to play today. Let's get back to this Trae Young montage. It's all right, we get it. But you get it.
But then he went out and he did it.
Yeah, sure, and you let him do it.
Oh, yeah, you did. Sixers let him do it.
That's fine.
Well, that was another thing.
So blame the Sixers.
I didn't think Doc Rivers had a good game doing. When I rewatched it last night, and then I went back and said, let me check out something. Trae Young didn't move at all on defense.
No.
The Sixers put no pressure on him defensively at all. He literally had many, many, many possessions where he stood still. He got his rest.
Yep.
I mean, that's ridiculous. You have to hit him. I don't care if Danny Green's not good at coming off picks, catching and shooting. Run him off picks anyway. Do something to get Trae Young moving defensively.
Today's show, by the way, presented to you by the American Association for Cancer Research, which is the official charity partner of our show. The auction is alive and kicking today. It is live with some amazing events, and we're going to tell you about some mentorship and experiences that you will be able to start bidding on today. One-of-a-kind experiences and opportunities for you in our inaugural auction benefiting the AACR. You can check it on out at 97.5thefanatic.com. I'll tell you about some of those items coming up in the course of the show today. Sixers and the Hawks will play again on Tuesday at 7:30. Doc, after the game, can we have that soundbite about the rotations? Listen to this. Listen to Doc's explanation about the rotations.
Well, we'll see. I mean, tonight it didn't work, but neither did the first group early on. So both teams were in the minus department. But we typically like one guy like Tobias or Ben in with that group. We just played them so deep in the first quarter because we were down that it took us out of our normal rotation.
Doc, what you love about Doc that he plays the bench, and I won't be a hypocrite that I'm the person who always says, man, I love the way he uses the bench. This is June. I don't care if you're playing your bench in March and April. That's fine. This is June. This is June basketball. You're a heavy favorite as a conference number 1 seed, and they're putting out the backups, and then you're letting them play considerable minutes, and you let a game slip away. You let a game get out of hand. And I don't know what he was watching that he felt, or were the starters too tired? Were they telling him we're not ready to go back in yet?
No.
Well,
that can't be.
Then Doc was asleep. That's the only.
Ben Simmons is as in good a shape as any player in the NBA.
Okay, well the only
so
other
it's not him.
The only other option.
Yeah, it's Doc.
Doc was asleep at the wheel. He was watching the same game we were, and he was asleep, and he didn't react to it.
I mean, I'm screaming at my TV, what the hell is Danny Green still doing on Trae Young? And why isn't Matisse Thybulle on him? I wanted Ben Simmons on him originally, but after he commits those 2 fouls, but Danny Green didn't even give you anything offensively. It just seemed like you were sticking with Danny Green for the sake that he's a veteran.
Bob, I don't want to believe the explanation that Doc was asleep at the wheel, but I'm trying to find a better one.
Yeah, I mean, in playoff time, you can't. Doc knows this better than us, but to me, you can't let things play through for a greater good. Meaning, all right, I can't just pull the bench guys out because I got to get the starters back in there because they're on a 17-0 run, whatever it may be. That's regular season thinking. Yeah, okay, you have to go with your normal rotations. Come playoff time, you can't allow 17-0 runs. You can't. That can't happen. And if your subs don't have it one game, you have to stick with your starters. If they have to go 40 minutes, they have to go 40 minutes. And I know Joel Embiid and what that all entails, but the other guys are going to have to play.
I don't know if I heard it correctly. I believe I did on the ESPN overnights that a 17-0 run, first time a number one seed has ever given up a 17-0 run at home.
Yikes.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
That was the game.
That was. You let a game slip away in the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah.
You dug yourself such a hole that you kept digging, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed that they fought back, and I admire it. But you let a game slip away 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I didn't understand it yesterday. I didn't understand it when my feet hit the floor this morning.
I don't understand his explanation, though.
Either do I.
I don't know what he's saying, Pat. It's a bunch of gobbledygook.
I'm lost because I don't know what game he was. I don't know if he went to the bathroom during the 17th, but I mean, I'm sure we were all screaming at our TV, get him back in, because
everybody was.
They didn't have an answer.
Oh, my God. Hey, clap your hands, everybody. Go Sixers. Parks Casino wants you to get in, the official local casino partner of your Sixers. Pennsylvania's #1 casino. You got to be 21. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We were expecting a much better Monday, but this is what happens. You want to share a thought, talk about some of your frustrations, you may, at 610-632-0975. Connor will take your call and let you vent a little bit. But the Phillies take a weekend series. That's not bad. I mean, you're playing the Nationals.
How about that?
You're playing the Nationals, but that's what you've got to do. You got to beat up on teams that you're supposed to be better than. And the Phillies right now find themselves 2 games under 500 and facing the Braves in a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series coming up this week. Pat, if you have any tickets, remember to sell them. If you were trying to.
Thanks.
If you have any, remember to sell them. Phillies and the Braves Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You're going down Thursday, Jamie.
Yeah, I can't wait.
For the day game.
Yeah, first game for me since it's all happened.
Hopefully the heat wave subsides by then.
Oh, coming back yesterday. Woo! That was a scorcher.
In the car even?
No, yeah, even in the car, like you had the AC turned up to like the 4th level. And if you turned it down, you would get hot again. I was like, damn, it is hot.
How do you think your driver
Bob
felt?
loves it.
I do.
Bob loves it. Now, what about Jeeves, though? Jeeves is the one driving.
Yeah.
You're in the back.
Yeah, my wife, she was fine. She was actually, I'm usually one that's cranking it. She kept turning it back up yesterday.
My gosh, it's so. Bob loves this heat wave.
Oh, I was out fixing my fence on Saturday afternoon in the middle of the heat.
It annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I love
Bob,
it.
it annoys the hell out of me that you're just like, yeah.
That's why I do it.
It's fine.
Who likes to sweat?
No,
fun.
I had a partner
Feel
for
good about
20
yourself.
years that every time I complained about the heat, my partner Buck Ballou would be like, I love a good sweat. And I'm like, it's 95. I'm wet walking from the car to the building.
Yeah, I don't mind to sweat when I choose to sweat, but when
That's
I'm
what I
just
do,
when I
yeah.
just
Bob
walk
likes
around.
to get out and sweat, though.
I do.
He
I love
enjoys
getting
it.
outside.
But like walking, my house to my cousin's house and getting swamp ass in the process
It's
is not
terrible.
enjoyable to
I
me.
can't stand just sitting inside in an air conditioner all day. I can't stand
No,
that.
I don't want to do that either because but the thing is, I want to be out like yesterday. Yesterday morning, I said, you know what? It's beautiful. It's Sunday morning. It's going to be hot. I'm going to go out and take a jog, take a slight run. I quit 2 blocks into it at 7:30 in the morning.
It was 69. Nice. This morning when I left the house.
It was so hot, and I'm going, this is crazy. I said, that's terrible. How bad I said either you're totally out of shape or the heat just gets you that bad.
Heat sucks.
It was terrible. But the Phillies win. Now Citizens Bank Park's falling apart. They can't hold up the netting for some reason.
That was hilarious.
Not to Ricky Battalico. Ricky just tweets randomly. Ricky, at some point in his day, gets annoyed with something, and he sends out a tweet, and he's like, this is unacceptable. And if you look at his tweet, you're like, what is he talking about? Is he at the Walmart? Is he? Did someone cut him off in traffic? Or is it the Phillies game?
Well, the net was doing its best Sixers defense impression.
Just
collapsing.
Collapsing and folding.
That was good, Pat.
Collapsed.
That was very good, Pat.
But hey, you know what? It got the Nats off their game, and they weren't able to come back,
But
so
they've
it
come
worked.
up with a new sombrero routine.
That's cool. It's
Got
fun.
the big straw hat routine now. Woo!
Home run hat.
15,000.
You don't like that?
15,000 people a game is embarrassing.
Well, if you're not selling out, you got to move some merch.
15,000.
That house can be found in the Clubhouse store for $39.99.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Is that how much it was?
I have no idea.
15,000 a day. They got 46,000 people into the building this weekend. Almost 47 in the 3 games. That's atrocious. And they kept saying on the news the other night, full capacity Phillies crowd. No, it wasn't. Full capacity available to be bought.
Well, yeah, that's what they meant. But
I nailed it. Price is right. $38.99. Boom.
Did you? They're selling that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
15,000.
Well, it's not on the Phillies official site, but I did find it.
I heard it's like 40. I think it was like 46,000 something for the weekend, for all 3 games. That's pathetic.
Yeah, that's
bad.
I'm looking for an excuse, and I can't find one.
No, I don't
John.
know if that is a indictment.
I mean, Sunday the excuse is that the Sixers are playing.
Well, no, that's a great excuse.
And but what about Friday and Saturday when you had a combined 31?
And you had a Wheeler start on Friday
So
night.
if you're thinking of going on Saturday and you watch how that game ended on Friday, it probably deters you a little bit when a guy gets run down between second and third base by the catcher.
That was incredible.
That was the stupidest baseball play I've ever seen in my life.
That was Little League.
It's horrible.
That was Little League.
Oh, my God.
That's Phillies baseball there.
Yeah, right?
And I ran like I had a refrigerator on my back in life, and I would have never been caught in that play.
Pick a bag, man.
Or at least I'm going, and I'm hoping that they force the defense to make a play.
Pick a bag. Go.
Jankowski was,
God, he's dumb.
Was staring like Doc Rivers at his second unit. He didn't know what to do.
He's wondering what's going on. If you want to share a thought and vent a little bit, we're welcome with you at 610-632-0975. So the Phillies have the battle for second place this week going on as the Mets continue to, if you're not, the Mets are getting healthy and the Mets are getting better. And the Mets take a weekend series at San Diego. Even scarier.
Yeah, that's a good
DeGrom?
weekend for them.
What about DeGrom?
He's pretty good.
Is ERA .06 or .6? I think 0.6.
Yeah.
0.6.
He's historically on pace for one of the best seasons ever.
It's unbelievable.
He's okay.
Check out the mentorship auction at 97.5 The Fanatic. I'll tell you about some of the events and mentorship opportunities and experiences that you'll have an opportunity to start bidding on today. You will absolutely be amazed. Jaw-dropping. It'll be fun. All right, we got a lot coming up for you in the show today, and we appreciate you being a part of things. I've asked it before, and I'll ask it again. Many, many times I've asked, what is it that I'm missing about Danny Green that everybody thinks is so great? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Got to tell you that the American Association for Cancer Research, they save lives. How do they save lives? Well, by life-saving research. And there are around 17 million people like myself who are cancer survivors because of the great work done by organizations like the American Association for Cancer Research. So our auction is alive and running through Thursday. Do you know a young baseball player or a team or a baseball little league that would love to have Ricky Patalico come out and coach for the day? He'll do it, bid on it, and you can win it, and we'll make it happen. We've got a lot of other opportunities for you, too, throughout the course of the day. Someone is going to have it. Your college kid wants to get into sports radio for a living, I'll mentor them for a week. They can come and be a personal intern here on the show. And let's just say you don't just walk in the door and get to do that. Go to our website right now, 975thefanatic.com. Check out all the cool experiences. The auction will be live through Thursday's show, so head on out right now and help the American Association for Cancer Research. Go to 975thefanatic.com and please bid high.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. They could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get powerful and reliable internet starting at just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Or for a limited time, ask how to get up to a $650 prepaid card when you buy a qualifying bundle online. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Prepaid card offer ends 7/6/21. Call for details.
Game on!
At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at betrivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
To our playground.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. At Bowles Builders, demand is through the roof. To keep up, his business needs a stronger foundation.
Cut the saw, all right? Just one sec. Bowles Builders, this is Bow. This weekend? Yeah, we can do it.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Bria's Fashion Boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
DIY means sawdust, work gloves, and the right tools. But at the Home Depot, the right tools means more than hammers and saws. It means a mobile app with built-in image search. That's a tool. Access an entire rental department with a swipe. That's another tool. For any project, start to finish, this isn't just DIY. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Download our mobile app to get started.
For the one standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you're looking for more out of your battery? We can help. If you're in need of higher performance, we'd go with Duralast Platinum. It's the best choice for premium power designed for your vehicle. And the line now includes EFB and AGM technology, which means we've got the right Duralast Platinum battery for you. And they're only available here at AutoZone. That's why we're America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
At CDW, we get that as an IT professional, your hands are full. Our experts can give you the help you need by custom configuring Apple products like the iPad and Mac, so they're ready to go right out of the box. Your employees get highly secure devices that feel familiar and operate intuitively, and you'll benefit from easy ongoing management that frees up your hands for other projects. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Apple at Work.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible. I need a PC that'll help launch my side hustle without grounding my budget.
Staples Connect makes it possible with the tools you need to work from home. And now get up to $150 off select PCs, like the Lenovo Flex 2-in-1 laptop with Intel i5 processor. Explore what's new at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N612 in-store only, limit 2.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now.
You guys have heard me talk about the BetMGM app, betting on sports, using BetMGM. It's been a blast. Well, how about jumping in on the poker game? You can hop on right now. BetMGM Poker, it's powered by Party Poker US Network, and it's awesome. BetMGM sports and casino customers, they can simply log in, they can download the BetMGM Poker app, and you can start enjoying a safe, secure, hassle-free poker playing experience from anywhere in PA. BetMGM Poker features a daily $10,000 guaranteed tournament. And if that's not enough for you, $40K guarantee every Sunday. Whether it's BetMGM's cash games, their signature events, or unbeatable promotions, players of all levels love competing on the Party Poker US network from the comfort of their home or, as I said, anywhere in PA. If you're new to BetMGM, you can sign up now with bonus code PatEgan25. They're going to give you $25 in poker bonus and a 100% deposit match up to $600. So you can deal yourself in. It's a new customer offer. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Hollywood Penn National Racecourse.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You know we really like you when you listen on the radio, but we love you a little bit extra when you take us with you after your ride on the 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on the Fanatic. Appreciate you. The auction alive and well. The American Association for Cancer Research. Our mentorship and experience auction is up and running at 97.5 The Fanatic. You can check out some amazing items that will be there for you and experiences that are there still available for you today, including we're going to start some throughout the course of the day today, including, by the way, boys, the experience to go out with right now with Bob and Jamie and Pat to do the brewery tour. I think there's 11 bids on it, guys.
Woo! Nice.
That thing is still going on, and it doesn't end right now, so you got time to get in on that if you are wanting to hang out with the guys. We will have a few, including today. How about a 9 and dine with Mike Missinelli? You and 3 of your friends get to play 9 holes and have lunch with Mike Missinelli. He's going to take you golfing, and he's going to pick up the tab for lunch. It's a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal.
Hang out with
Especially
Mike.
if he's going to his course, too. It's a beaut.
Problem is that this is the one where I think my brother will be bidding. Because he bid on his favorite radio show.
Well, bid it up, Doc.
Bid
it up.
Get off your wallet, Doc, and get on with it there. How about 2 is Mike's also giving us the Chillin' with Charles. You and a guest come to the Fanatic Studios when Charles Barkley does his annual visit sit-in with the Mike Missinelli show.
Oh, that's great.
You get lunch at the station, an exclusive studio viewing of the Mike Missinelli show with Charles Barkley, and a meet and greet with Mike and Charles.
That's very cool.
Okay, that is a fantastic deal. Mike Missinelli, great job. Thank you so much for getting involved in it. This is just some of the stuff that's available for you that's coming up today on our auction. You want to check out the items that are expiring, too. Get on in. You want to go to dinner with Tommy Green and Mickey Morandini up at Fogo de Show. You can go and check that out at 975thefanatic.com. Get your bids in as soon as possible. Our friends at Panera, by the way, want you to know that the dinner is hot and ready to serve. You can bring home Panera's cheesy flatbread pizzas, toasty sandwiches, or creamy mac and cheese with delivery or pickup. Availability and pricing may vary. I learned something there about Panera today. Just reading that.
What's that?
I thought Panera was breakfast and lunch.
Oh, and dinner.
I didn't know they were a dinner place, too.
I have to try Panera.
Oh,
You've
they
never
have
tried Panera?
They have a lovely half a sandwich and soup combo.
I've had the soup.
Yeah.
Soup is delicious.
When it's nasty weather,
Yeah,
that Panera lunch, half sandwich soup, that's a winner.
it's quality.
Tomato basil, I think, is the one I like. I think it's the soup.
Their pasta's really good.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's
Good
pretty
lunch. Go on in. Check out friends at Panera. So I've asked before, and I'll ask again. And maybe I'm setting it up today that it's like on a tee. But I've asked many times, so it's not like I'm jumping on a bandwagon or being reactionary. I do not know what people see in Danny Green that I'm missing. I do not consider myself such an expert in basketball or an aficionado. But to me, what I keep hearing about Danny Green is his reputation, the understanding that he's been around championship-type clubs, so he brings that to the club. But on the court, I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. And I haven't seen it all year long. I haven't seen it. Enough of a contribution to rate what people tell me about Danny Green.
I think he plays a big role in what Joel Embiid did this year because he does help spread the floor. You have to know where Danny Green is at all times. Now, him getting the ball, him creating, no, that doesn't happen. And I understand what you're saying. It's almost as if you put somebody else out there. If you put a Matisse Thybulle out there, that means there's another guy going to Joel Embiid constantly. A Danny Green lets you know that his man isn't going to Joel Embiid, and if he does, that corner three is money.
So this is me again following the basketball when I watch basketball.
Yeah, it's almost like
it's me. I watch the game differently than you do. I don't watch it with the same level of expertise of basketball because I don't see it with Danny Green because first of all I don't see him shoot enough. I don't understand.
Well, he's not going to create his own shot.
No, he can't at all.
No, and if he ever puts the ball on the floor, I'm like, no, just stop. He's the best corner three-point shooter in the entire NBA. And to Bob's point, that makes Joel's life easier. It spreads the half-court set out. A lot of what he does is just he plays angles really, really well, both defensively and offensively. He's good at stretching that half-court. He's not a super active player, but he's a highly intelligent player. And defensively, he's very solid.
Oh, I think he's solid defensively.
Up against a Trae Young who's much smaller and quicker, that is not an ideal matchup for him. I understand why he gave it a shot, but it's not a good matchup for him.
At 12:45 yesterday afternoon, I could have told you, well, Danny Green's not going to be able to handle Trae Young.
Yeah.
It took Doc until 6 minutes into the second half to understand.
Yeah, and I didn't understand.
6 minutes into the second quarter.
They just allowed Danny Green to get picked, and they didn't jump to Trae Young.
So there were other people that were.
I mean, I guess that was the game plan. The game plan wasn't because if you look in the second half, what they did when Thybulle was on him, when Ben Simmons was on him, when they did put Danny Green back on them, anytime they threw a high pick on Trae Young, on any of those guys, the pickers, man, jumped out at him. So you jumped and you tried to smother him, and it worked effectively. I mean, he got rid of the ball sometimes, and there was open threes. The rotation was bad. But they played much better defense, particularly in the fourth quarter, I thought, because they were jumping the pick.
Well, I thought Thybulle played the best. There's no question Thybulle played the best defense on Trae Young, and it's not close. He did the best job.
Everything that Bob and Jamie said about Danny Green is correct, but it's the playoffs, and he clearly didn't have it. He didn't take a shot in the first half. So he's getting cooked by Trae Young, and he's giving you literally nothing. He's not giving you that corner three. He was 0 for 4 from 3 yesterday. So I'm sitting there screaming at my TV, get him off, because he clearly doesn't have it. Put in Thybulle, because at least there you know you'll get an upgrade on defense.
I think people are riding reputation right now on a lot of what he does. Because if he doesn't contribute offensively when he gets his opportunities, and he hasn't been for a while effective offensively, Bob, is it worth it?
If he
doesn't hit the shots when he gets the shots, if he's not hitting them at a 40% clip, if he can't shoot 40%, then to me, is it worth what all the rest of the stuff that you have him on the court for? Is it that effective?
Well, it is. It's funny to me. Yesterday, I see people on Twitter saying Danny Green can't start. You need to put him to the bench and start this. This is a starting group that I think now is 32-6 this year. Yeah, yesterday was really bad. I don't know if you're changing starting lineups.
I wouldn't change.
Yeah, he has one particular skill set, and that is a corner three shooter. And it does open up the floor offensively for Joel Embiid. They didn't get out and run enough yesterday for him to get set up at a spot where they could outlet and pass, and he's catching and shooting. There was too much half court, and Trae Young was on him, and they didn't do anything to make Trae Young work, which was one of my problems with yesterday's game.
Yeah, the problem is you need an unconscious shooter, somebody that's just going to stretch and shoot, and when they're open, he's, like we said, he's not going to create a ton on his own, but you need that guy out there because Joel Embiid's life is that much easier with Danny Green in a half-court set. I mean, unfortunately, you need Curry and Green because there's just no other shooting option outside George Hill, and he's in a weird spot. And I didn't see that coming.
And I'll say it again, in his defense, I tend to be guilty of fouling the basketball too much.
You need that shooter with Joel.
So I'm missing some of the nuance of what he's bringing to the table. But if he isn't hitting shots, then he's killing them.
Yeah.
He's killing them.
He did yesterday.
And if he's not getting them, it's even worse. Because that's not a sign on Danny Green. It's a sign about how the Sixers are playing the game offensively. If he's not getting shots, it means it's too much of a half-court offense. It means they're not getting out and running the way they should be. And if that's not happening, you're only playing 4 guys on offense in a half-court offense.
Okay, what time do you and Devon hit the airwaves tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night,
6, right?
6. Yeah, we'll be on right after Mike Missinelli. We'll take you right into Sixers basketball.
Sixers basketball coming your way here on The Fanatic. In the linchpin, the use of the bench is going to get everybody talking all over town today.
Is the linchpin.
Yeah, it was a strange day for the bench unit yesterday, and that's being kind. I just thought they were completely lost out there. It was almost as if, we handled Doc, and why he let them go on a 17-0 run, I'll never understand. You could have gotten a starter or 2 in there to mix in with the bunch. It seems to me like guys don't know their role. Like, there's no offensive capabilities outside Hill, Maxey, with, basically one skill set. And Korkmaz?
No.
I think George Hill, if I'm Doc, I pull him in and say, I need you to be a scorer. I need it now, and I need you to be aggressive with that second unit. You're the veteran. I'm not going to get an offensive game out of Dwight Howard. George Hill, I need some offense out of you. Shake Milton's in a weird place, I think, mentally. They need a scorer bad on that second unit, and George Hill's all I got. So step up, lead that unit, and be aggressive because it's needed.
So you're telling, by the way, the offensive game plan thing, Dwight Howard, you're underneath the basket. Why are you trying to lay it in off the glass? Bob talks about it all the time. Why don't you take it hard to the rim?
He's got rock hands.
What the frick's going on?
Yeah, his hands aren't great.
His hands aren't great, so why are you trying to, kiss it off the glass?
Yeah.
Why are you not taking it hard to the hoop?
Yeah, that's odd, because usually he does. Usually he goes up and tries
It seems
to
like he goes
dunk
on
and
streaks,
be strong.
though, where he...
Yeah, that second unit yesterday was just
lost,
horrendous. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't good defensively. It was horrible offensively. You're right, Jamie. They need a kick in the ass. The second unit. Maxey's providing a little bit, but you need a lot.
I like
you need
your
a lot
idea,
more.
George Hill has to be it to me. I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know how good he is as far as being able to do that, but I'm all for that being the switch that Doc tries to flip.
George, if you're open, shoot. If you got the ball, take somebody off the dribble, create. I just need him to be... He's the guy I have the most confidence in on that unit, and I just need him to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that, because Shake is...
in a weird spot.
Shake's cooked.
No, Shake shouldn't be on the court right
Yeah, and I actually yelled at my TV yesterday when Shake got cooked. What is he doing on the floor?
Why is he there?
Yeah. He looks mentally just frazzled and checked out. And George Hill, you have that confidence in because he's been there before. He's done it before. He's a veteran. So you're right. If you get any offensive game from Dwight Howard at this point, it's a bonus because he's there for defensive purposes. So George Hill has to be the guy. That's why you traded for him.
All right, let's see what Shay in Miami has to say. Shay, good morning. You're on The Fanatic. How are you, buddy?
Hey, morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Beautiful day today in Miami, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, we're vacationing from Philly right now, so it's good vibes. But we watched the Sixers game down here in our cabana. I think Doc really messed that game up, man. You can't keep Danny Green on Trae Young,
No, it went on too long, Shay. That could have ruined a cabana day. I mean, seriously.
It ruined the cabana. No, trust me.
No, don't say that, Shay. No.
Shay, by the way, you want breakfast this morning or while you're down there? Big Pink.
I'd love breakfast.
The Big Pink is the name of the restaurant.
Big Pink?
The Big Pink is where you need to go for breakfast.
Okay, so we'll go there and I'll call back.
You do that. You have a good time. And you'll feel better than watching Doc Rivers right now as far as that. Doc had a bad day. But I don't want to act like, Doc's... Because I have been a huge Doc supporter and believe that he did a marvelous job this year. But I wonder... Did he test things out? My mom, I told you before, my mom always threw out the first pancake. She would, for whatever reason, she'd make a pancake and throw it out, even if it looked perfectly fine. For whatever reason. I have no idea. So, was Doc trying to do throw out the first, try things yesterday that see if they work, see if you can get game one?
Yeah, I would hear you more on that if I saw that he did something different that he was trying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
I just didn't see. To me, it was a game of, this is us. Let's see you try to beat us. We're the number one seed. We're the better team. We're the big brother. You can't beat me. And then when you start to get beat up, you really have to make adjustments, don't you? And I didn't see that too much. I thought he wrote out more of a, well, we'll get there. And before you know it, it's a 26-point game. So I didn't think the adjustments were made until the second half, and then you kind of saw something different that I think you'll see in games moving forward.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that they didn't try out a zone yesterday. Now, I know the Hawks were shooting, the lights out. It was a career-high playoff, 23-pointers made. At one point, they were shooting 59% from three, so I understand, but they were also penetrating you with ease. So...
What?
Yeah.
It's all dicey.
Yeah, well, they were.
No wonder everybody's so sore this morning.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
How
about sex position?
So, I wouldn't have been opposed to a zone tryout, something different than what was being done in that second quarter. They were just having their way with you offensively.
But here's what I'm going to say to this whole thing, is that the another prevailing thought yesterday was, well, the Hawks will never shoot like that again. They're never going to shoot like that.
If you leave
again.
them open, they will.
They're wide. when professional basketball players have no one in their face and they're wide open and the ball movement's that good, they sure as hell could shoot that well again.
Yeah,
or close to it.
Yeah, they have some talent on that team.
There's if you don't pressure people, professional athletes can hit those shots.
Sure.
Watch them in warm-ups. I'm always amazed. I love watching NBA players warm up.
Oh, Joel Embiid, I don't think missed a shot in warm-ups yesterday when we were all wondering if he was going to play or not, and we're getting all
did you see the over-the-shoulder?
Over-the-shoulder behind the back.
It's insane.
I mean, these guys, if you're not in their face, people are like, well, you don't have to worry about it because the Hawks had their hot shooting game. They'll never shoot like that again. If that crap defense is on them that we saw yesterday, they absolutely can shoot like that again. You're bluffing yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't think they can.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in the Sixers defense yesterday in the fact that you left so many guys just wide open. And if you look at their rotations, too many times you had two guys flying to a first pass rotation, meaning Trae Young gets rid of the ball and the ball goes to a corner. You're scrambling. You had two guys running to the next pass. It was the second pass that was wide open every time. Look at the three-pointers they took yesterday. I mean, what's his face? Bogdanovich hit a huge three late in the game.
And they were wide open threes.
That one he had. That was the only contested good three that I really remember yesterday. They were wide open all day long.
Now, Bob tells you think it's the worst first 32 minutes of a game you've seen them play this year.
I did.
But there's a silver lining.
Well, yeah, I think you made some adjustments. Now, look, it's hard to coach a team and it's hard to play as a player when you're up 20 points and you're just watching the clock wind down and that's what you're playing to. You're not playing to, let's get up 20 more. And so it's a different type of atmosphere. But what the Sixers did in that second half, I thought, was kind of impose their will a little bit. And if nothing else, it gave them the confidence to say, all right, we know what we need to do here. I still didn't like as good of a job I thought that they did on Trae Young later in the game when they were jumping on pick and rolls and all that. They still left too many guys open. So what are you going to do? We talked to Doc Rivers. He said he's done it before, that he says, oh, no, I'll let him get his, but I'll stop the other guys. You did neither yesterday.
No, you did not.
So what's the game plan? You got to figure it out now.
I'll raise my hand, and I want everybody else's answer. When I heard that Joel Embiid was playing yesterday, I thought there was 0.00 chance they were losing that game.
When I was pretty close.
As soon as I saw Joel Embiid's playing, I'm like, okay, there ain't any way this team's going to come out like shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Energy plus. In fact, they came out exactly the opposite.
And then you saw Triple H, and you were like, oh, well, this is a lock now, right?
I saw yesterday one of the number one Google searches in Philadelphia yesterday is, who is Triple H? Was one of the top Google searches. Yes. You can go read your Google searches every day for the city.
Why are you doing that?
Because I found it, because I was going, because why watch people going, what?
Who on Twitter is saying who is Triple H?
Watch these
I need
idiots.
names.
Watch it. How many people follow you?
I don't know.
Well, that's where I'm at. So that's
I bought a lot of mine.
What?
I mean,
I wouldn't say zero. I was
said
close.
zero.
I was
zero.
close.
No, I said
I
zero.
thought they had it.
I'm an idiot. I will raise my hand. I thought there was no way they're losing. I thought it could be a close game, but there was no way. You get Joel Embiid back, that they're going to lose.
No, I didn't think there was any way they would lose, even if they didn't have Joel Embiid yesterday. I think the Sixers are the better team. I don't know what that was yesterday. And I think the Sixers had more to do with the Sixers' bad performance than Atlanta had to do with the Sixers' bad performance.
I agree completely.
And
completely.
I still think, look, I know what I said on Friday. I really do think that the Sixers will win. I still think they're the better team and they'll win this series. Yesterday, like I said, may have been the worst 32 minutes of consecutive basketball I've seen this team put together this season.
How about ESPN stats and info? You love that, Jamie.
Love that, yeah.
The Sixers' first 12 turnovers of the game, 10 of them unforced.
Yeah.
And do you know that only happened in the NBA this year 3 times? In all the games played.
Wow.
That only happened 3 times. So that is how bad that was.
Yeah, the turnovers we didn't even address yet.
And unforced.
We didn't even address a lot of stuff, Jamie.
10 out of the first 12 turnovers were unforced errors. That happened 3 times in the NBA this year. By the way, they happened to Memphis, Sacramento, and one other team. The Miami Heat did that once. 3 times.
That's unbelievable.
So that's how bad that was.
Yeah.
That was historically bad. And by the way, that has nothing to do with the Hawks. The Hawks get no credit for that.
No,
They
were stupid ones.
Lazy, and one of the things that I didn't think it was a great television broadcast. Boy, did I miss Allah. Was the lazy passing. There was a lot of lazy passing early in that game.
Yeah, and just miscommunication. Dwight Howard gets a rebound and throws it off of, I think it was Thibault's ass.
Yes.
On an outlet pass and kind of gets ticked off. What's his name? Ben Simmons throws a power dribble that goes like 4 feet over his head. There was a lot of weird things. They seemed like the nervous 4 seed, and Atlanta played like they were the confident 1 seed.
They did.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up, and you have an opportunity to get in with us if you wish at 610-632-0975. As we roll along here on the John Kincade Show, hopefully we will find out more about Doc's plan. And hopefully it's going to get better. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Get that Parks Casino Sportsbook app. It's absolutely awesome. And at any time, you can get involved with the live in-game play-by-play betting. And it's not just this playoff hoops that we're talking about. You can use it in baseball, too. You can bet individual player performances, whether it's home runs or pitcher strikeouts or more. You can also do futures betting like I did on this series, which I'm hoping turns out still well for me. Check out your first risk-free bet can be up to $500 risk-free. Download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. If you like daily fantasy, this is daily fantasy on steroids. You're going to have a great time. You can bet on individual player performances like points, rebounds, assists. You don't even have to pick a team to win. That risk-free bet up to $500. You got to be 21 and in the state of Pennsylvania. If you have a gambling problem, I implore you to please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by the American Association for Cancer Research, the official charity partner of the John Kincade Show. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR to make a life-saving donation today.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying.
That's why Super Beta Prostate is the #1 prostate supplement recommended by urologists. You can try a full 30-day bottle free.
Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free.
Call 1-800-485-0159.
Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now.
Call 1-800-485-0159. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. 1-800-485-0159. 1-800-485-0159.
Hi, I'm Brian Propp, former Philadelphia Flyer. I suffered a massive stroke in 2015 that took my mobility, speech, and independence. Luckily, I had the experts at Bancroft Neuro Rehab to get me back in the game. When you have the right team behind you, a stroke doesn't have to be the end of your story. Rebound, recover, reconnect. Visit bnrinfo.org.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like Taylor Swift choosing what to wear.
It's looking kind of chilly out today. I think I'll go with a cardigan.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
You know, when people see me walking around the radio station with a bottle of juice, I get a lot of questions. Are you hungry all day? Do you feel tired? Does it really work? Well, to my colleagues and listeners, Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. I feel more energized. The juices keep me satisfied all day and night, and I feel less bloated, and I'm losing a couple pounds. Now, you can try it yourself by going to Squeezed.com. Get same-day delivery if you order before 1 p.m. Just go to Squeezed.com, click Mike Miss in the drop-down at checkout.
Game on! At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at BetRivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Go to our playground.
Today's pros need today's tools, and nobody understands that better than the Home Depot. Our app makes it simpler to get supplies ordered and delivered. Our online project calculators cut guesswork and last-second supply runs. Job site delivery puts what you need where and when you need it. And rental puts the right equipment in your hands, but not your overhead. That's how today's pros get more done. New tech, new tools, old-fashioned hard work. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Gear up for the ballpark, Philly. Shop Rally House for the latest Philly styles, including the most popular Nike jerseys and the best selection of throwback gear.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Shop in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Yo, Philly, your local Dunkin is hiring. Dunkin runs on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, career opportunities, and affordable education opportunities. Search for opportunities at participating franchises at DunkinDonuts.com/careers.
Tune in to freewinners.net every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the Las Vegas View on all things point spread related. Call Free Winners at 888-366-3733. That's 888-366-3733. freewinners.net.
Let me tell you about my friends at Window Nation. They want your home to look better. And how can you do that? Well, get yourself some new windows. Plus, they'd like to send you on vacation. Sounds like a great deal, especially this morning. Window Nation has got this deal for you right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And they're not going to make you pay a penny until 2023. No money down, no payments, no interest for 24 months. Plus, you get a vacation voucher with the purchase of a full house full of windows. They measure each window 3 times to make sure you get a proper fit. The windows are made right here locally. It's absolutely awesome. Plus, 97% customer satisfaction rating, over 1 million windows installed with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And your home's going to look better than when you left it because it's going to look great from the outside, and on the inside, you're saving money. So here's what you do. Call 866-90NATION. Do your window shopping online at windownation.com. Call again, 866-90NATION.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the only place you want to hang out in the mornings as your Sixers make a run at a championship.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Parks Casino Sportsbook app brings you the 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. And we appreciate you getting on board with the John Kincade Show here at 7 a.m. in the morning on this Monday after Game 1 of the 76er series. And I have to answer a very thoughtful email that I received coming up, and we'll get feedback from the boys on it. But where we start, it appears Doc Rivers didn't have the best plan coming out of the gate. He also inexplicably went with his bench way too long and let a game get way too out of hand early in the second quarter. In his defense, the team made adjustments and they came back strong, close but no cigar. So there are going to be 2 types of 76er fans today. The ones who believe the furious comeback says, well, the Sixers are clearly better, we'll be just fine. And then there are those who are baffled at why they played like garbage in that situation and find that to be more troubling going forward. So which one are you today? And is there a third option? You can tell me about it at 610-632-0975. Do you have any answers? Or are you trying to convince yourself that the sky isn't falling? Just for the record, I have no problem with my prediction on the series, and I am not blinking. See? I'm looking right at the YouTube channel. See, Mikey, there you go. I am not blinking. Sixers and 6. I will stay Sixers and 6. I'm not blinking at all. But I am falling into the thing is like, I do not understand how that team, Bob, came out and played like crap on national television in Game 1 in a situation like that. I have no idea. When they got Joel Embiid to play, when everything was in their favor, and you worked hard all year to get home court advantage, and you gave a game away, and that doesn't, not to take credit away from the Hawks, who played an incredible game. They did a great job. But the Sixers, 10 unforced errors in your first 12 turnovers? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was horrible. It was a bad way to start, and you watch the game at the beginning, and you're thinking, this is not the Sixers team that I'm accustomed to. And you're waiting for them to fall into a pattern of, okay, there they are. And it just didn't happen. And I think Doc Rivers got caught up in that maybe a little bit too much, too, of saying, all right, we're the better team. It'll turn around. It'll go where it's supposed to go. And then you're down 26. Like, that can't happen. You can't, not that Doc Rivers allowed it to happen, but he didn't do anything much to stop it either.
He?
Yeah, I was confused. I didn't know exactly what was going on, and you know, when you watch so many alley-oops go by, that's just ridiculous to me. I mean, it's one play. It's a dribble, drive, lob, dunk. Okay, stop it.
How
to
many
Jamie's
were there
point,
yesterday? 8?
There had to be
8 or 9.
There was a lot. It was a lot.
It was obvious.
And there was a couple where fouls were called that, you know, didn't get a basket because there was. But to Jamie's point also, going zone entered my mind.
So it did.
Absolutely,
I
it
didn't
did.
think it would.
Well, I mean, they were having their way. You know, whether it was from the perimeter, whether it was penetration, it was happening nonstop, and they had no answers. So, I mean, a zone exists kind of for when you don't have any answers, and you force the other team to beat you by shooting. And I'm not saying the Hawks couldn't have done that, but I thought for maybe a 4 to 5 minute stretch yesterday, let's try it out and see.
And by the way, the officials, I believe, sent the Sixers to the line 12 or 14 more times. So they really that was a game where you got to the line a hell of a lot more, and you didn't take advantage of it because you can't make damn foul shots. It's another maddening thing to me, Pat. 10 foul shots missed again?
It seems like it's a trend that when they do lose, and look, they've only lost, this is the second game in the playoffs they've lost, but when you look at it, you go, okay, there's obviously a collective, reason of why they lost. It's not just one thing, but man, that one pops out. You combine that with the lack of... that was the worst defensive effort I've seen from this team in possibly all year.
Absolutely terrible. We got some people want to get in with us at 610-632-0975. I just want to remind you, at Panera, dinner is hot and ready to serve. Bring home Panera's cheesy flatbread pizzas, toasty sandwiches, or creamy mac and cheese with delivery or pickup. Availability and pricing may vary. Check out our friends at Panera. A lot of people wanting to share a thought. Let's have a few of them jump in with us here. We will have Jeremy in Sicklerville join us on The Fanatic. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing well, buddy.
Well, look, we all felt bad last night. But what I want to tell you guys is everybody take a deep breath, calm down. We made a lot of mistakes. The coaching staff made some mistakes. The players were looking terribly bad and all that. But let me just tell you, I'm not giving you stats and stuff like that, but I'm just speaking to you from a philosophical point of view. Let's take a deep breath. We're going to regroup, and we're going to win the next game and the next game and the next game.
Okay. I love
the best teacher.
I love your
is the best teacher. Please calm down, guys.
Here's the only thing, Jeremy. Jeremy, here's the only thing. You're saying experience is the best teacher. You know what you just let the Hawks get? A young Hawks team? You just let them get experience winning another game on the road. You let them get that feeling of that's their third road victory of the postseason.
The series doesn't start until a road team wins, right? Isn't that the
series
same?
is started. There you go.
Yeah, and many people talk about, the Sixers got their and I brought it up too, got their confidence in that fourth quarter about how to play. Well, yeah, exactly what you said, John. Let's not overlook how much confidence Atlanta probably got off of that win yesterday.
Absolutely. That to me is like, well, look at the Sixers just dominated them down the stretch. They were up 26, 25, 20, 18. They let it slip away. That's not good. Neil in Center City joins us on The Fanatic. Good morning, Neil.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing all right, buddy.
I think I'm option 3, John. Here's what I took away from it. I still remember after the first game against the Wizards, a lot of people called in and complaining.
You cut out on us.
He's a wonderful player. Accept that. And I think Ben Simmons is a top 30 or 40 player in the league. And for what he is, he's fantastic at it. But there were 3 straight possessions I was watching where we had to extend to cover their point guard to 35 feet. And at the other end, John Collins was no less than 12 feet away from Ben Simmons. He's a magnificent defensive player. But when you have the ball in your hand as much as Trae Young does, and dominate the way Trae Young does, where you have 5 men scrambling because of you. And then on the other side, our point guard, who is magnificent on defense and is what he is. Here's what I took from it. Ben Simmons is not the second best player on the championship team. He just isn't. He cannot control the game for the salary slot that he has the way a Steph Curry, a Trae Young, a Kevin Durant, a James Harden, etc. He's a fantastic player.
And unfortunately, Neil, yesterday, deficiencies in his game again cost them. He's shooting 3% less from the free throw line.
I saw this.
Than the average player in the NBA is making threes. It's unacceptable.
That was
it's unacceptable.
Yeah, that was the.
It's a deficiency, and it's unacceptable.
Kudos to Neil. That was a very calm, rational way to explain his deficiencies.
and 2, it's not. We'll do more on that later. But I mean, it's frustrating. It's frustrating all the unforced errors because I think it's a danger if you try to take the tack today that. Well, the Sixers blew the game. The Hawks didn't win it. I think that's a big danger because, yes, the Sixers did have a ton of unforced errors, bad opportunities, but the Hawks went out there like assassins and did what they had to do.
They took advantage, no question about it.
Don't discredit that. Don't discredit as, well, the Sixers lost. It wasn't the Hawks winning. The Hawks won that game.
I look at it like the the Hawks almost gave the game away. Like, I look at it exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I look at it like, and to the credit to the Hawks, where if people are saying, "Oh, the Sixers blew that," the Sixers blew that. No, the Hawks almost blew it because they were up by so much. The Sixers got punched in the mouth and then didn't know how to respond because they were so shell shocked that it was happening on their home court, and because their game plan was horrible. I mean, it was just it was so embarrassing.
By the way, the crowd yesterday, just a little shout out. They were fantastic.
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool down there. Yeah.
We were watching in the car, and Eddie goes, "Can you turn that down?" Because the crowd was so loud in the beginning.
Eddie. The effects mic was a little loud.
Maybe, but it was coming through.
They were 16 points down, 17 points down, and that crowd sounded like it was a 2-point game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is fantastic in their defense there. Dustin in Reading joins us on The Fanatic. Good morning, Dustin.
Good morning, John. Fellas, how's it going?
We're doing well.
Glad to hear it. So I am of the group that the sky is not falling. I think everybody who's called and you all have made great points this morning. But I am encouraged. I know we've mentioned the Hawks being a young team. When they started getting trapped and when Danny Green wasn't the one guarding Trae Young, I think Trae Young had 10 second-half points. I understand that, they were playing with a lead. Maybe it's a little bit different. But anytime, Ben, your Defensive Player of the Year candidate, or Matisse can be guarding Trae, or really honestly anybody besides Danny Green or like Dwight Howard, I think it's much better off. And also yesterday showed me that people do not actually watch the game. They look at a box score, and then they go to Twitter and want to say that, Trae Young's dropping all these points on Ben Simmons. It's like, clearly you're not even watching the game.
No, because he wasn't dropping them on Ben most of the day, but Matisse was the best.
Yeah, he played
I don't
him
think
well.
there's any question he did the best job.
Yeah, and I thought the team played better defense when Matisse was on him because you were showing yourselves more on pick and roll. Well, it was weird. They were leaving Danny Green on an island an awful lot. And it was if you watch the pick and rolls when Danny Green was on Trae Young, the guy whose man was picking, say it was Joel Embiid or whoever it was fading back into the lane as if to protect a pick and roll penetration or a pass. And it was leaving Trae Young wide open to do whatever he wanted on a one-on-one Danny Green. When you had Matisse Thybulle out on him and it was a high pick and roll, the guy whose man was picking jumped out on him. So now you're double-teaming Trae Young. It does leave it a bad thing. If your rotation isn't good, that first pass is going to be open and then you're scrambling. But if you rotate properly, you're doing what you want to do, and it's taking the ball out of Trae Young's hands far away from the basket.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because Dan Burke is a longtime assistant under Nate McMillan, and he's the defensive guru for Doc. I was kind of surprised they didn't have a better game plan with that. Because I would have thought Dan Burke knew exactly what was coming from Nate, and just watching some tape of Trae Young. So I think they figured it out at halftime, but I was a little surprised how they started, for sure.
More of you will get in with us on the phone lines here in a second. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com. Our mentorship and experience auction benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research is alive and well, and it'll run through Thursday's show. Your opportunity to bid on some amazing experiences. You go to 97.5thefanatic.com. How about a couple more for you? How about a Sixers suite night?
Ooh.
With the John Kincade Show. So you come with us to a Sixers suite night, you and 3 of your guests.
Awesome.
Next year. Come into a game in a catered suite, food, drink, and more surprises. Coming up for that one. So that'll bid. The bidding on that's going to start today at 9:30. How about breaking bread at your place with Chef Cuz? Cuz comes to your house with sous chef Andrew Salchunas to make his famous spaghetti and crabs dinner. He comes to your house. Bid? Yes, we can bid.
All right.
We're allowed to do that. You can do those things. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com.
In on the funk. I'm out on the stank.
Well, if there's bad crabs, that'll happen to you sometimes. Let's see what Dominic in South Philly has to say. Dominic, welcome into the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. How are you?
How are you, John? Real fast, I just want to give you a shout-out for, honestly, the cancer survivor, what you guys are doing. God
Thanks,
bless
Dominic.
You,
Appreciate it, man.
You know what? I think that we aren't. One of the things the Sixers need to do is make Trae Young work on the defensive end. I think that we have to. The kid's got endless energy. Obviously, defensively, we got to make him work. Set some picks, get the matchup that you want, and get this kid to work a little bit to beat him up a little, even on the on the defensive end.
Dominic, you and Bob have the same DNA.
Yeah, Dom, he stood in a corner too much yesterday.
Yeah.
Just watching Danny Green do nothing. You can't allow that to happen.
I had that in my notes as well last night. I went, why were you just allowing him to take plays off? Like, Danny Green.
Minutes off.
Yeah, like, even if Danny Green is going to be lost in the offense and not have a shot that day, at least have him run baseline to baseline, corner three, have him pop out top. At least make Trae Young move.
I'd have him come off a lot of picks. Too.
Sure.
I mean, he's slight. The best pick setter maybe in the NBA
is Ben Simmons.
Yeah. I'm not saying hurt anybody.
No.
But you run him off a legitimate pick two or three times from Ben Simmons. He knows where he's at.
Sure.
So the email I wanted to share with you here comes in. Let me just make sure I get this right here. Comes from Samuel. Very formal.
We say Samuel.
Samuel says, John, you're way too calm. He said it's a 7-game series and you're acting like it's really no big deal. You say you don't want to ride the roller coaster, but one game matters. Giving up home court matters. I can understand you saying that about a baseball season. I do not understand you saying it about a basketball playoff series. That was a huge loss yesterday, and it requires, I know you don't want to ring the bell saying danger, danger, danger. But it requires a little more urgency out of you this morning than I think you're displaying.
John, get up, start jumping up and down.
I don't get it.
John, I haven't heard any hot takes out of you. Scream and holler.
I just don't do it. I don't. Now, guess what? If we come in here Wednesday morning,
I'll be
they're
pissed.
down 0-2.
I'll be pissed.
Oh no, then you'll see it. But I don't believe. Again, I'll take off the glasses. I'll look at the YouTube camera. I'm not blinking. Sixers and 6. I said it Friday. Sixers and 6. I'm not blinking.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
I'm not in the least bit concerned that I believe they're going to win the series.
They're the better team.
And if they go down 0-2, I'll give you Samuel, I'll give you some of what you're looking for. I promise you. Then I'll be concerned. I'm not going to do it at down at one game in a series.
But to Samuel's point, since March 3rd,
I'm not going to. So quit asking.
Since March 3rd, Nate McMillan taking over, they have the same record as the Sixers.
One game better now.
Yeah, they've been one of the best teams in basketball. So, I mean, we probably all underestimated them.
I didn't. I mean, I did. As far as no, how about this way? They could win. I did not think they could win the series, the Hawks. Absolutely not. But I thought they'd get 2 games.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would be game 1. 0, did I say yesterday. I thought that was in the bag.
Yeah, so did I.
As soon as Joel was playing.
But it wasn't just Joel. It was Joel in, DeAndre Hunter out.
Yeah.
Right.
And Triple H in.
Triple H in. Yeah,
but the line was light. I was looking at it yesterday. I went
up to 5.
It went up to 5 when Embiid news came out. But at first, I was like,
yeah, BetMGM got all my money.
Hey, let's see what Dom has to say. Dom, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Hey, John. How are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
Real quick, Bob, you and Devon, that was a great show yesterday. I really enjoyed that.
Thanks, buddy.
You guys were great together.
It's a great pregame right here on the Fanatic.
And another thing, real quickly, already 3 of my buddies and I are going to pony up for that Sixers game with you guys. That sounds like an and Bob and Jamie know my friends. Like we met at FanDuel.
Hell yeah, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, John, I wanted to agree with you that the turnovers, the missed foul shots, all that other stuff. I thought Atlanta played a really great game. They certainly got my attention.
Yes, exactly. They get your attention, but there are so many unforced errors. But I just don't want to fall into the trap, Dom, of saying, well, the Sixers lost the game. Atlanta didn't win it. Atlanta won that game yesterday.
Atlanta played really, really well yesterday. They won that game.
And by the way, Nate McMillan outcoached Doc Rivers.
Look, if the Sixers won that game yesterday, I would have no problem with saying they didn't deserve to win.
Right.
The Sixers. Atlanta played well. They played better than I anticipated them playing. The Sixers played far worse, including with Joel Embiid in the game, far worse than I saw them playing.
But I think the Sixers did learn a lot.
I hope so.
I think they did.
Josh in Wilmington, you're on the Fanatic. Good morning.
What's going on, everybody?
Glad to hear from you.
Oh man, I watching the game last night and yesterday and stuff. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, Embiid down low. Clint Capella has no answer for Embiid down low. One leg, no leg. That was one of the big takeaways I saw from the game. And then also the Hawks, they averaged 12 threes a night, like throughout the playoffs and stuff. They had 23 pointers. Like the Hawks literally were not missing. So, like, I just wanted to give you guys some like, takeaways and stuff. So.
Good job, Josh. And a nice calmness about him.
Yeah.
I expected more hair on fire this morning, so I'm impressed. Got to say I'm impressed.
I think everybody knows they're the better team, question mark?
No, they are the better
Rationale and Sixers fans is new to me, so this is quite a morning.
No, I actually am very impressed. I'm very impressed because I expected this. I get aggravated, and it's weird because my wife will say, you're on TV. So she'll look at me, she'll have it on, and then she'll say, you're on TV. Everybody can see when you're aggravated. I get aggravated with fans that are, honestly, that go the stupid route, that get just over the top, freaking out. This series, there's no reason right now to think the building's on fire. Lose the second game at home.
Sure.
Then you've got one.
Look, Trae Young's great, but the Sixers have the best player on the court still.
Yes. And
how does he respond, though?
How does he respond?
I hope his knee feels good this morning.
That was my big concern because I don't think they wanted to play him 38 minutes.
38
yesterday.
Yeah.
There's no chance they want to play him
to get a foul.
That was.
I love
By
him.
the way, that was fine. That was a dumb play.
Yeah, a very dumb play.
That was a dumb play.
In the moment,
give up the basket.
I didn't.
I didn't at all.
You're supposed to give up a 2-point basket there.
But you had momentum on your side in the moment.
But you don't.
I get why he did it.
You dive at somebody, they're going to call a foul like that. Let him have the 2-point basket. You probably save a minute, a second or so on the clock, and then just
you had just gotten like 2 steals. I kind of saw where he was coming from.
It's a tough in the moment thinking.
Correct.
Process.
Oh, it's easy for me on the
I didn't mind.
Yeah, the momentum was. They were trying to steal momentum back, and if he ended up batting that out or getting another steal, like that could have been the difference in a win or a loss.
Pat on the couch. I know exactly what Joel Embiid should be doing. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah. Look, I think me and you on the couch are athletic freaks.
Look, if you want to look at dumb plays at the end of the game, Atlanta had a ton of them.
Yeah, they were crumbling.
Oh, did you see Joel get pissed at Danny?
Yes.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
Yeah.
18 seconds off the game clock?
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, that's ridiculous.
Right.
What the hell was that?
Wasn't Danny Green's best game.
There are Ben bashers, and then there are Ben realists. Rarely do they meet. I'll try to set the stage for it next. Plus, more your calls, too. We had a lot of people interacting this morning. This is the kind of day we invite more interaction. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You want to go to Vegas. You know you do. And you want to go to Vegas with us, with our show, to see the Birds play in Vegas this October. How about it? Join our show, and also John Dorenbos, who's going to join us for a private magic show out in Vegas with us. We're staying at the 50-yard line of Vegas hotels, the famous Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. By the way, rated one of the 3 top pools on the Strip just this week in the Las Vegas Review-Journal. It's awesome. Reserve your spot early and join us on the private charter flight. It's Philly Sports Trips. They do it better than any other local sports travel agency, hands down. We're going to have a blast at the opening night Welcome to Vegas party, including open bar and hanging with us, hanging by the pool all weekend, a private John Dorenbos magic show, as I told you on Saturday, an unbelievable game day tailgate party that is going to be the best. Oh, and then the game. You don't want to miss it. Go now. PhillySportsTrips.com. It is a tough ticket. It is a tough time to get a hotel. Get on it now. That's PhillySportsTrips.com. We look forward to seeing you in Vegas.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Nothing like playoff time. No better way to bet on basketball and hockey playoffs than the Park Sportsbook app. The only sportsbook app based right here in the Delaware Valley and the only one backed by the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Check out live in-game play-by-play betting and bet on all the playoff action as it happens. No one does live in-game play-by-play betting better. It's the playoffs and the Park Sportsbook app has you covered. Bet spreads, parlays, props, and teasers. Plus bet on individual player performances. In basketball, bet player points, rebounds, and assists. In baseball, bet hits, hits, home runs, and pitcher strikeouts. New customers sign up right now and get your first bet risk-free up to $500. Just download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code ACTION. Do it now. Your first bet risk-free up to $500. Just download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code ACTION. Your risk-free bet refunded in site credit. The website has all the details. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Refresh your summer at Wawa. Beat the heat with our handcrafted smoothies and refreshers. Our refreshers are handcrafted with 100% real fruit juice and green tea for a rejuvenating burst of energy. Try our delicious flavors like mango passion fruit or strawberry dragon fruit refreshers and a mixed berry or strawberry banana smoothie, crafted to keep you cool. So refresh your summer with our handcrafted refreshers and smoothies. Made fresh your way at Wawa. Right now, Wawa's inviting you to come in for your dinner favorites after 4 p.m. and earn 2 times the rewards on your purchase. Build your perfect burger and fries, or get a fresh-baked pasta bowl, or grab your favorite hoagies, salads, and more. Get your next reward twice as fast just by shopping your dinner favorites after 4 p.m. Wawa Rewards members earn 2 times the rewards now through June 30th. Get the Wawa app and join today.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
I received a call the other day from a woman. Her husband tragically was unable to call himself, but he had told her, if anything ever happens to me, call Morgan & Morgan. And what higher honor could we receive than protecting someone's family after they're gone? Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At CDW, we get the people who need to sign here aren't always here.
Tell me about it. I'm always chasing down signatures. I go through pens and shoes like chewing gum.
Sounds like you need Adobe Sign orchestrated by CDW to securely automate e-signatures and workflows across devices from anywhere. Integrating with existing tools, Sign can save your organization time, money, and miles.
Thank goodness. I can finally take these shoes off.
No. Back on. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe Sign.
In business, days don't just come and go. Every day counts. Whatever your day brings, with Comcast Business, you'll have the solutions you need to make the most of it. Like the power of the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, the freedom to control your network from anywhere, and advanced cybersecurity to help protect every device on it. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Game on! At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at betrivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
to our playground.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
So you think you have unlimited data?
Recalculating.
Think again. If you're on a network you can't trust, then your data is limited, and so are you. Get unlimited and save with Total Wireless. Get 4 lines with unlimited data on 5G from the network more Americans depend on, with 100 gigabytes at high speed than 2G for just $25 a month per line.
You have arrived at your destination.
Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at Best Buy. 5G capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at TotalWireless.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You may not officially be one of my Analyst cousins, but I do consider you part of our family.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Trying to raise your spirits on this Monday in case you are in any way blinking. I have revisited the fact that I am not blinking, and I'm doing it again for YouTube. See? No blinking. Sixers and 6. I'll stick with it. By the way, take this advice from Devon Gibbons. For low mileage Acuras, Lexus, BMWs, and F-150s, visit GraceAutoPA.com. Grace Auto Group, Route 1, Morrisville, Pennsylvania, just minutes from Northeast Philly and Trenton. If Devon Gibbons says it, Bob, I'm willing to listen. As we listen in these pregame shows during the Sixers postseason run, it has been fun hearing you and Devon sort of chopping it up. And I said, I appreciate you guys not getting wonky, not getting too much in the weeds of analysis. Like, you do just enough.
We try.
You don't
we do our best.
You
well, we
don't
have great
lose me.
callers.
Yes.
We have great, knowledgeable callers that, look, Devon and I are on the same boat. Yeah, we've been around the Sixers for a long time and basketball for a long time, but our callers teach us something every show.
There you go.
And I love it.
All right, it's not Ben bashing to say that he killed them at the foul line yesterday. Hell, the whole team missed too many foul shots again. By the way, that's 3 of your 6 postseason games where foul shooting is a problem. It's an issue. It seems to go away one game and then come back and then go away and then come back, and that stinks. That means you haven't fixed the problem. Matisse Thybulle obviously appears the most credible option to keep Trae Young better in check. But isn't that supposed to be the Defensive Player of the Year's job? Those were 2 dumb fouls yesterday. In fact, Trae won, Ben Simmons nothing. These questions aren't bashing. They're factually based, and they better correct themselves quickly. Because, Bob, if Ben Simmons is as good as his cheerleaders say he is, he doesn't dial up this many games when we come in and go, come on, Ben, that can't happen. That doesn't happen. And I'm not saying they lost yesterday because of Ben Simmons, but he was absolutely a major part of the equation of why they did.
Yeah, Doc Rivers has this thing where a lot of times he won't put Ben Simmons on the other team's leader, big score, whatever it may be, at the beginning of games. He'll wait a little bit and then say, okay, it's time to shut him down and put him on. 2 things. I was surprised he didn't start because it is a playoff series, Ben Simmons on Trae Young yesterday. And then he waited way too long to do it, I thought. I mean, Trae Young was having his way in the first half. You had to try something different, and they didn't. So I was surprised at that. But then what I was more concerned with, what the hell was Ben Simmons thinking once he did get on Trae Young? Now, I know you want to impose your physicality on him. You're 6'10", covering a 6-foot guy, and it's going to be impressive to watch if Ben Simmons can stay with him, foot quickness, foot speed, all of that stuff. But you can't impose your physicality at 35 feet when the guy's not doing anything but dribbling the basketball. I mean, that's just not smart. And the Sixers, for all their turnovers yesterday, offensive fouls, which are turnovers, all of those things, they just did not play a smart basketball game yesterday.
And again, 10 of the 12 turnovers, ESPN stats and information, 10 of your first 12 turnovers in the game in the first half, unforced, and that had happened 3 times in all of the games played in the NBA this season. That is horrendous, Jamie.
Yeah.
That's coming out and wetting the bed in a big spot.
Yeah, I mean, between the defense and the turnovers, it was a torturous style of basketball to watch there for a quarter. But to the Ben thing, I think Doc's thinking with the way these playoffs have been going and kind of the, I don't want to say cheap because they are fouls, but the cheap foul calls that Ben's getting called for, I think he was worried about Ben getting in early foul trouble again, guarding a Trae Young off the start, and hence Danny Green. But that's all I got. Otherwise, I mean, he's shown you all year he doesn't like doing it early in games, and he likes to save them for the end. So I guess I have to trust in him that that's going to continue to work.
No,
but
we do.
You definitely want to see the Defensive Player of the Year candidate guard their best player.
Correct. And that's what we're going for. We're trying to see if it's a look, you cannot see something work all year long, and then one game doesn't go your way, and you say, well, Doc Rivers has got to change everything. That would just be idiotic.
No, yeah, and look, for people that say, "Oh, well, Ben covered, Doncic. He covered him the whole game, whatever." When you have a guy that runs around like a Trae Young, like constant motion offensively, it is difficult for a guy 6'10" to stay with him that much. I don't mind picking and choosing when you're doing it. I wish you would have chose to do it a little bit more.
Game afters, the day after, you hang out with Devon Givens for his 3-pointers.
This is the 3-pointer with Devon Givens on 97.5 The Fanatic, home of 76ers basketball.
Why do we have Devon on, Jenny? Who's kind enough to get up with him?
Well, the smart people at DraftKings Sportsbook know to put their money where they get results, and that's with Devon Givens. Download America's top-rated sportsbook app today.
All right, Devon, much like the Hawks, you have a wide-open 3-pointer to start your show today, so get to it.
And the first one for me is really a first all season, John, where I have not pointed the finger at Doc Rivers pretty much in 72 games of the regular season and the first 5 of the first round matchup against Washington. And in this one, I point the finger directly at him for not having his team ready to go in game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The way that the Hawks jumped out on the 76ers and it continued to carry on through the remainder of the half, and going up by 20 at the break, it was just unacceptable, again, 74-54, to have that type of display out there against the 76ers. So this one, for me, starts with Doc Rivers, with how he had his team prepared or not.
Do you believe there was some madness to his method? What he was trying to do, and it just didn't work?
Well, if we go to the Danny Green part, where, I'll leave Ben Simmons to be that roamer kind of guy and have him on Bogdanovich, take him away, and Kevin Huerter when he comes in the game, and my defense is good enough and I can count on Danny Green to do so. Sure, but you have to make that adjustment at some point, and they made it way too late to make the choice of having Ben Simmons go back on Trae Young. And, of course, when Matisse Thybulle comes in, that's his assignment. And he will we think will do a very good job. But if Doc Rivers, if that was his method to his madness, then he took too long to again, adjust to that.
All right, you got an open look for your second shot. Let's hit it.
Yeah, too many open looks for Trae Young. And my thinking here was, Bob and I talked about this during the pregame show on Sunday, that the one thing that we wanted to see them do was hedge out a lot on Trae Young offensively and blitz him a little bit to take the ball out of his hands and make others be decision makers. And they didn't do enough of that until late in the game. And secondly, the same thing with Trae Young, hunt him down when you're on offense and have the mismatch. And we focused on the mismatches against Washington, where the only defender on the wing would pretty much be Rui Hachimura for the Washington Wizards. They found Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal and Raul Neto, and they made sure that they took, again, advantage of those mismatches. You have the worst, arguably the worst defender in the NBA who is having success offensively. He's roaming free, not using any energy at all, and all you're doing is letting him stand in the corner on whomever he's defending, and that was the perfect strategy for Nate McMillan and his team, and it bit him in the backside in game number 1. You have to be better in game 2 of finding him offensively, potentially even getting him into foul trouble.
So, Devon, if the Sixers are forced into a half-court offense and Trae Young is standing with Danny Green, who we know in a half-court offense isn't really moving all that much, what do you do?
I'm calling Danny Green to come up to be my screener, and I'm forcing them to make a decision. Either you're going to make a decision to stay two people on one man, the ball handler or Danny Green, or I'm going to get what I want and exploit this matchup of Trae Young now sticking, let's just say it's Tobias Harris, and now I have my 6'8" guy who likes to back down smaller ones, and even not having to take it so lower in the post, but making sure that he can get the shot up over a 6'1" Trae Young. So that's what I'm doing. I'm calling my man to screen for me so I can get Trae Young on me as a defender.
Okay, I just took notes when Bob and Devon were talking there on that one. That was a good exchange there. I learned something. How about in your third open look of the day?
Well, Doc Rivers, again, has to figure out how he's going to use these matchups with the lineups of all bench players. It's worked in the past, and it even worked against Washington. But when, again, things are not going the way you need to figure out one more time how to do that. So when I looked at the start of the fourth quarter, and it was Dwight Howard, Ben Simmons, George Hill, Matisse Thybulle, and Tyrese Maxey. Sure, Tyrese Maxey can score the basketball, but who else? And so where's my scoring punch going to come from that fourth quarter lineup? And I know that they came back and they made a valiant effort to get themselves back in it to only fall by 4 in game one. You can't. I just didn't like that lineup, John, of having them where you have 3 non-scorers, one guy who is a rookie who can flat out get it done, but it wasn't his best day, and George Hill, who, yes, he can turn it on, but that's not what I'm asking of him with that particular lineup. There's too much pressure on both Maxey and Hill to be scorers, and Howard, Ben, and Thybulle. I just didn't like that one.
When do you and Bob reconvene tomorrow? 6 o'clock, right?
6 p.m. Tuesday. It's a 7:30 tip, I believe.
Yes, it is.
We'll go for an hour and 15 as we take everyone up to 7:15 and tie the series up as they should and head to Atlanta for game number 3.
But everybody can commiserate with you tonight, right, at 6?
Yeah, we have 4 hours of probably having to calm a lot of people down.
Devon, you are so calm, it's almost unnerving, though. I like that.
Well, I'm still in my 6 games. Listen, after the game, I spoke to my cousin. He and I often talk afterwards, and he said, well, you have 6. Do you adjust it to 7? And I'm sitting there kind of saying, yeah, I guess I do, but I have a game 7 at home, so I feel fine. But no, I'm going to stick with my 6.
So am I.
That's what I predicted, and I'm going to stick there. So now you take game 2, you split in Atlanta, and you win 5 and 6, and let's just wrap it up. And
sounds
get
good to me.
Yeah.
Good job, Devon. We'll talk to you on Wednesday morning. Excuse me, after the game 2. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Devon Givens joining us here on The Fanatic with this 3-pointer. You can join Bob and Devon before every postseason game, which you hear right here on The Fanatic, which is great. So that's always fun there. I got to tell you, I am not familiar with this YouTuber, Bobby Lee. Is Bobby Lee one of our normal YouTubers, Coach? Because I'm not familiar with the name.
What do you say, Bobby Lee?
But Bobby Lee has absolutely made my eyes go wide open saying we have some smart people. Because I asked this question, it's in my notes, but I'll let Bobby Lee, who brought it to the table in the YouTube chat. How does Ben Simmons come into this series and not say, I got Trae Young as soon as he gets off the bus, when he self-proclaimed himself Defensive Player of the Year all year long? When you're telling, I'm going to tell GQ, I'm going to tell everybody how great I am defensively, how I'm the Defensive Player of the Year, how are you not saying, Trae Young, I am going to be in your jersey
shorts
the entire series? How do you not?
Not the same.
But how do you not say it?
I don't know that he didn't. I don't know. I would like to have heard it.
No, he can say it publicly because he lets his public opinions out whenever he wants to.
Yeah, when Atlanta wins,
they love me not.
When Atlanta won the series, I don't know if the first meeting went with Doc saying, all right, look, here's how we're approaching it. Ben, be ready to get Trae, but we're not starting you on him. And it goes from there. Yeah, would we all like to hear that Ben Simmons stood up and said, no, he's mine, I got it? Sure, who doesn't love that? And maybe it'll happen game 2. I don't know. I don't know whose fault it was that he didn't start covering him until the second half, but stand up and let it be known that it was your fault, whoever you are.
By the way, and I always say this, and I say it about Joel Embiid too, there's something about the Sixers organization to me that confuses me. Other stars in other organizations in the NBA in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, find their voice and say things publicly about what they want and how they want it done. So it can be said. It can be said, hey, Ben Simmons going into the series. I want Trae Young. I'm looking forward to a matchup like this. This is where I can show you what I got. There's other players that do it all the time in the NBA.
But if I'm Doc, I have to go, all right, well, this offense isn't what it is without Ben Simmons, so I can't have him in first half foul trouble. I mean, Trae Young is a quick, shifty guard, and as we saw with the way Ben likes to play, there is a propensity to pick up fouls against him. And
so advantage Atlanta that you're coaching scared?
Not scared. I would call it intelligent. Not the Danny Green part.
Intelligent. I think their asses kicked.
Yeah, but you saw what happened in the second half when adjustments were made. I think they learned a lot in that first half.
Thibault got on him.
Yeah. By the way, the ability he has when on the foul that was an offensive foul that was called against Thibault, if you watch that, not only did he stay with him, he went parallel up in the air with Trae Young off balance. His body control is amazing.
It's hard for me to rip Ben after yesterday's performance because he had, 3 or 4 steals, and mainly that effort that he had to get back on that gimme layup was incredible. I'm as Bob said, I'm sure you'd like to hear it publicly. I can't remember the last time I heard a player, though, say, I got that guy publicly. Like, I can't remember a guy who popped off in the media and said during a playoff game, like, I want to guard him. I hear them talk positively about their offensive game or their defensive abilities, but I don't hear so much one-on-one, I'm going to get that guy, because I think the blowback...
When you are the self-proclaimed Defensive Player of the Year, and I have the quotes...
Yeah, we all have the quotes.
He is the self-proclaimed Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm expecting more.
So, I guess my thing is, like, how do we know he didn't? And then Doc said, all right, well, for the greater good...
Yeah, that great point.
So would you agree that Trae Young is getting the benefit of superstar calls?
Yes, and he should.
And yeah, I'm not saying it's not deserved.
They all do.
But when you're getting superstar calls, you don't want your best guy on them the entire game if that's going to happen.
It's a tricky situation.
It is.
Like, I would love to have Ben Simmons on him, but the foul trouble issue is real. I mean, Ben has a tendency to reach. He likes coming from behind. He does things that put the pressure on referees. It's a good point. What if they started the game with Ben on him and he got 2 quick fouls like he did in the second half?
Screws the whole game up.
Then you're wondering. So
would it have been any worse than the game went yesterday?
Well, that's the question.
No. I don't believe. What are they going? What they've been down by 30?
But
they're down by 27, I believe.
But offensively, you lose your main piston.
Yeah.
You know.
Dan in West Philly wants to join in the conversation. Dan, good morning. You're on the Fanatic.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Dan?
After listening to what you guys were just saying, my only issue with Doc and the Ben Simmons thing, normally your best defender, like LeBron's not going to guard the best person on the other team all the time because you need them for offense.
Correct.
But since Ben doesn't shoot the basketball but so much, you would think that he could spend a little bit more time forcing Trae Young to take bad shots.
That's honestly what I think, and I don't know that that's the right opinion. But that's what I'm saying in my head, too. His offensive game is not exhausting. Ben Simmons' offensive game is not where he's expounding a ton of energy on the offensive end of the court.
But usually when runs are stopped and runs are started for the Sixers, Ben Simmons is a major catalyst. Why?
Yeah, if they're playing their best basketball, it should be. That's when Ben Simmons gets the ball out of on a rebound and runs. That's when they're fast breaking. That's when he's getting the ball to open guys on wings like a Danny Green, like a Seth Curry. It should be not exhausting, but it should be more of an effort than it was yesterday if you're playing good offense. It's hard. Look, this foul situation is real. You started horribly yesterday, but you can't. I guess this is Doc Rivers thinking, I can't get Ben in foul trouble right off the bat.
Well, you don't want to send him to the foul line. God forbid you do that. Sending him to the foul line, too. You don't want that either. There's so many There's so many things we're talking about with him, Bob, that it's just...
And rightfully so.
That's just... It's aggravating to me. That's aggravating.
The free throw shooting is a problem.
Beyond embarrassing.
It's like I look at the box score. I've had it in front of me all day, just kind of staring at it. Joel Embiid 14 of 15 from the line. Ben Simmons 3 of 10.
I'm not.
Joel Embiid's a freak.
Make 6 of 10.
Yeah. Totally.
Just make 6.
You have to be a 65% free throw shooter. You just have to be.
I'll just say 6. 60%. It's not going to be saying he's part of the reason they lost yesterday. There's
a lot of reasons.
The way the game was close is part of that reason. Dan in Harleysville joins us on the Fanatic. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Sixers are still going to win in 6. But here's the thing that I went back to in my head. I go, do you remember when we traded Al Horford for Danny Green? And everybody's like, oh, we got rid of Al Horford. Danny Green was literally just like a throw-in. Nobody at that time was like, oh, he's going to be a major part of our starting lineup to be on a championship squad.
Dan, I got to tell you, I'm going to disagree with you. There were people talking about this is the kind of glue guy you need to win a championship.
Oh, no, he's the kind of glue guy you need, but he's not the kind of glue guy you need starting. And that's the problem. I think they've got depth issues. I don't think that either Seth Curry or Danny Green are championship quality starting guards in 2021.
And you had to get rid of Horford's contract too.
Yeah, and I was happy to get just rid of him for whatever you want, bag of basketballs, whatever you want to give him. But I don't want. I'm nervous that we're going in. Like, I'm not so nervous about this series, but you're kind of starting to see what Danny Green is, which is a role player that can do some things when you need him to. A savvy veteran type of guy. I don't know that he's the kind of guy that you can expect to play 35 minutes a game and win a championship with.
Thanks, Dan.
I struggle with it. I hear you. I think he lends a lot that we don't see. As I said before, he's money from a corner 3. Other teams know that. Other teams have to cover that. When other teams are covering that, it's another opening for a Joel Embiid. You know that the double isn't coming from there. Now you have to keep your eye on 3 other guys. Who's coming to double me? We saw it yesterday. Joel, I thought, did a great job of when doubles came, getting the ball to the right guy. Now, the Sixers didn't knock down a ton of threes and didn't shoot particularly well, but I thought Joel Embiid did that. Danny Green lends a lot to that. He does a lot that we just don't see, if that makes sense.
The thing is, though, Bob, is that here's the only problem with that. And it's not – I know Doc understands it. I know guys who've covered the NBA for as long as you did understand it. I believe that the majority of fans probably are watching the game more like me. I'm saying 51% are following the basketball, and they're not – the nuances of the game sometimes get a little lost unless the game is stopped and someone is showing it to me, going, here's what you missed on that play.
Well, like your replacement would be Matisse.
And by the way, Hubie Brown doesn't give that to me. There's no level of analysis with Hubie Brown work.
I like Hubie.
There's no level of analysis.
Yeah,
there's no education.
He's Uncle Hubie.
I don't give a crap about that. If I want Uncle Hubie can sit on the recliner next to me, which, by the way, might be really the next move for Hubie. Should be on the recliner because I'm not getting any insight.
He is 87.
He looked at all bit of that 87 too.
I would like the analyst on an NBA game. I've got Ala Abdunabi to be able to listen to for an entire season. And I get to learn something where Ala will go, well, before everybody starts complaining about this, look at the spacing, and he shows you things. Hubie Brown went an entire game yesterday, nothing. Making grunts and groans was the analysis.
Well, my pop did the same thing at that age.
He's become
By the way, he's a very nice man. There's a time when you say, turn the mic off. You're not giving anything to the broadcast.
Yeah,
he's not.
He's become kind of Captain Obvious on the, stating what's right there in front of you and then throwing out some statistics that we all know. Yes.
Reading the press notes.
Look, I've seen him at practices throughout different arenas and stuff like that. He is like the old E.F. Hutton with the commercials. When he talks, I'm not kidding you, players, coaches, referees, when he talks, he just gets people around him that want to listen.
Where is that in a game broadcast?
He's earned the...
Leave Hubie alone.
See, what's funny? No. You've earned that. I don't get that. You've earned it. All right, we got a lot more coming up for you in the next hour of the show. And, yes, more Hubie Brown. No, it's only one game until. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Today, we kick off again the inaugural John Kincade Show Mentorship and Experience Auction, which benefits the American Association for Cancer Research. It's your chance to bid on one-of-a-kind experiences, amazing things that you can do that you might not be able to do anywhere else, including, how about this, If your college-age student wants to be in sports radio for a living, I will intern with them for a week. They will be my personal intern for a week. I'll let them behind the scenes of every single bit of this show. We'll put them to work, and they will gain more experience in a week than maybe they gain in an entire semester in the classroom. I promise you that. Plus, Chef Cuz will come and cook for you. Mike Missinelli will take you and some of your buddies golfing. These are some of the amazing events that you can bid on, experience, mentorship in our auction. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com right now. Bid on these one-of-a-kind experiences. 100% of your winning bid is a donation to the AACR. Head to our website, check it out, and please bid high.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by the American Association for Cancer Research, the official charity partner of the John Kincade Show. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR to make a life-saving donation today.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions not available in all areas. If you run a small business, you know that dealing with workers' comp insurance can be tedious and costly. But Pi Insurance is changing that, and founder John Swigert is here with me to tell us how.
At Pi, we saw that small businesses needed a better way to handle their workers' comp coverage. So we built Pi Insurance from the ground up for them. We make getting workers' comp a no-brainer with simple online shopping. Best of all, we're helping them save up to 30%.
And the reviews say it all.
That's right. Pi Insurance is rated excellent on Trustpilot by our customers. They tell us we're fast, affordable, and easy to work with.
Thanks, John. Bottom line here is that if you run a small business, you can say goodbye to expensive, complicated workers' comp and discover the next generation of small business insurance. Why not see if Pi can save you up to 30%? Ask your agent for Pi or check your rate today at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
For those who work on the front lines, chaos can strike in an instant and lives are at stake. First responders need a network that's built right. That's why we created Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders. Built for superior reliability, built for real interoperability, and built for 5G. Verizon Frontline, built right for first responders. Visit Verizon.com/frontline to learn more. 5G ultra wideband available only in parts of select cities. 5G nationwide available in 2,700 plus cities.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power and capacity your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are designed for lasting performance and consistent starts. Turn the key with confidence with Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At CDW, we get that as an IT professional, your hands are full. Our experts can give you the help you need by custom configuring Apple products like the iPad and Mac, so they're ready to go right out of the box. Your employees get highly secure devices that feel familiar and operate intuitively, and you'll benefit from easy ongoing management that frees up your hands for other projects. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Apple at Work.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. Consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Philadelphia area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Michelle Ferrari, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
At Lowe's, we're your go-to for great gardening values every day. That's why we've lowered our price on select bagged mulch, now starting at just $2.88 a bag. Mulch helps prevent weeds and retains moisture. And when you put it down around trees, shrubs, and flower beds, you'll see how beautiful it makes your outdoor space. Just in time to welcome back family and friends. Shop online and pick up in store. Lowe's, home to the best part of summer. Selection and product availability vary by location. While supplies last, U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's easy to get started playing real money slots and table games with Sugarhouse Online Casino. Just go to playsugarhouse.com on your phone or computer, and you'll have at your fingertips more than 200 slots, table games, progressive jackpots, and more. Plus, right now, new members can get up to $250 in free play when you make your first deposit. Make Sugarhouse your #1 destination for online gaming. Go to playsugarhouse.com today. Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know, when people see me walking around the radio station with a bottle of juice, I get a lot of questions. Are you hungry all day? Do you feel tired? Does it really work? Well, to my colleagues and listeners, Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. I feel more energized. The juices keep me satisfied all day and night, and I feel less bloated, and I'm losing a couple pounds. Now, you can try it yourself by going to Squeezed.com. Get same-day delivery if you order before 1 p.m. Just go to Squeezed.com, click Mike Miss in the drop-down at checkout.
There are no winners in the thermostat wars. You're shivering, he's sweating, and you're both paying too much to keep your home comfortable because constantly adjusting your thermostat can noticeably increase your monthly energy bill. It's time to give peace a chance with special financing and rates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane with whole-house air filtration to keep the air you breathe clean. Subject to credit approval. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Got to tell you about my friends, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. I'm still feeling confident. Sixers take this series. Well, I've already bet on the series, so I don't have much choice but to just stay on the bandwagon and ride it through. But with live in-game play-by-play betting, whether it's basketball or baseball or more, you can enjoy the Parks Casino Sportsbook app to keep you fully engaged the entire game. You can use some of your expertise. How you feeling towards Game 2? We'll get to some of that in the next 24 hours. Download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. Your first bet, risk-free, up to $500. Betting on players' individual performances and more. You do not have to bet a team to win, but you've got to get engaged with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
A Philly season can sometimes get frustrating, so consider this your morning third.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hour of the John Kincade Show. Brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit PAWorkinjury.com. By the way, 2 times today.
Yeah, I've noticed. You've been getting worse at this.
This is just like something that I've lost.
Johnny 2 times.
Lost the game here.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Johnny 2 times.
You say 2 times, I hit the button.
It was not turning on the mic. Again, but it's happened twice this morning.
But I think you're to the mic, bitch. I think you're failing at hitting the button because sometimes you try.
It could be.
The effort's there. We see it.
You just need to be better.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Sort of like
it's Danny Green.
Ben Simmons at the foul line.
You're our Danny Green.
Close doesn't count. Please. All right, it's only one game. Until you let an underdog team feel like they've got great life and success coming their way. It's only one game until you don't meet the intensity of a team you're supposed to be far better than. It's only one game, except when your bench appears not ready for prime time on a big stage. Keep telling yourself, it's only one game? Well, let me tell you this. It's only one game. Game 2. Lose it, and summer vacation will come way too quick. That's where we're rolling in the 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. We appreciate you being a part of our show today. A lot of people watching on YouTube and interacting via our Twitch and YouTube channels. We appreciate all of you. Those of you who stream The Fanatic, look, it's postseason basketball time. You got to keep The Fanatic on all day long. You download the app. You stream it through your phone. You've got a radio in your hand no matter where you are. If you're down the shore over the weekend, you take The Fanatic with you right through your phone. You've always got us right there on the 97.5 The Fanatic app. So it's only one game, Bob. Only one game.
Yeah. I mean, look, Utah lost game 1 to Memphis this year.
And then
20
won 4.
years ago yesterday, Allen Iverson did the famous step over of Tyronn Lue.
Yes.
And the Sixers won game 1. And the Lakers won the other 4 and won the NBA championship in 5.
And we still celebrate that one win.
Yeah, it's a bad loss. Look, it's a bad loss. It's a very bad loss. Can you come away? I still do think, like many are saying, I still think they're the better team, and I think that you found a little bit of a remedy during that game of how to better cover the guy who orchestrated that win yesterday in Trae Young. They have to perform that way in game 2. Doc Rivers has to orchestrate a way of what are you going to do with Trae Young, because I'm sorry, for the first 32 minutes of the game, you let him do whatever the hell he wanted to. He got into the lane. He had open jump shots. He made you look stupid. And you have to do something to combat that earlier than you did in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as simple as if you're going to stick with Danny Green on him or toy with and look, I don't even think it's the right thing to do. Toy with the idea of Matisse coming in and being a Trae exclusive player and maybe hiding his offense or lack of offense with the first unit. It's what they did in the second half. It's getting out and attacking Trae and trying to basically swallow him off the pick and rolls, because it's clear they wanted Danny Green trailing behind him all game, and it worked to perfection, and now it's the counter for Doc.
I would start Green, but I'd have a quick hook, man. I mean, if he's not giving you anything offensively, like I couldn't believe he didn't take a shot in the first half yesterday, but if he's not giving you anything offensively and he's getting cooked, Matisse, get in there.
Is it Joe Girardi? Are we talking about? Is it who has the
quick hook?
Yeah. Do you want Girardi's quick hook?
I want.
Doc Rivers and Joe Girardi should have lunch today.
Well, there was a Ben Simmons quote after the game that's going to make you very happy.
Okay.
I probably will do that. I want to do that.
Oh, we might have that quote
on him talking about Trae.
Hey, Ben, you guarded Bogdanovich to start the game, and Danny played against Trae. Do you expect maybe potentially having that matchup switched in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I probably will do that. I mean, I want to, so if the rest ain't going to cost so many fouls, I can be physical and be 6'10", and I'll be 6'10", but we'll see.
We'll see. I want to, by the way, that's good. After a game 1 loss, that's what he said.
That's what you wanted, and he gave it to you.
I want it before the series.
Yeah, we were saying.
I want before the series.
Yeah, but there's a reason if I'm Doc Rivers, I say, all right, I understand, Ben, and don't worry, you're going to get your chance.
So you believe that Doc will listen to this?
I don't think he'll start on him.
I don't think he'll start on him either. You can't afford Ben Simmons with 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Okay, here's what I'm just going to say it again. I understand your point of view, and it makes total sense in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it is coaching scared. Whether you're scared of the referees or you're scared of whatever, it's coaching scared, which I do not like. And I also know that it can't go any worse than it went yesterday. You will not be down 27 points halfway through, 26 or whatever it was, halfway through the second quarter.
No,
it can't go worse than that, no matter what you try.
They can defend the pick and rolls differently, because that wasn't right from the start. And if they go, what they did in the second half was effective. They held Trae Young to 10 points, and they made adjustments on the fly.
I think the Hawks' game plan changed in the second half. I really don't know that it was as much. I don't think the Sixers shut down Trae Young in the second half.
You're never going to shut him down.
It was more difficult for him. It was a hell of a lot more difficult.
Yeah, and you did a better job of not allowing him dribble penetration, which led to lobs and easy baskets. Look, when you're down that much, you can't allow easy baskets. What you have to do is try to make it hard for the other team to score while you're scoring yourself, obviously. Well, there's no easier baskets than a guy dribbling in and having a choice between a layup or a lob.
And another thing that I don't understand with Ben, the second half of that comment, it's Trae Young. Why are you talking about physicality with Trae Young?
Because he's the optics of it. He's so much bigger. And
optics, though, you don't have to physically be dominant over Trae Young.
That's how you contain him.
It's been 6'10"?
Maybe even close to 6'11".
So there's other ways. It doesn't have to be. If you're worried that the officials are going to be on your ass, it doesn't have to be that.
It's not a physicality factor where you're shoving him and pushing him. Not that. The physicality factor is not letting him get to where he wants to go because of your size and strength. That's what Ben Simmons is looking to do.
So you don't have to reach in. You should be able to use your frame.
But you're not going to be. Yes, you want to use your frame, but it's a physicality thing.
Yeah, but
it's not a quickness thing. I can't. If I'm Ben Simmons at 6'10", I can't stay with a quick Trae Young dribbling and doing all his moves. My foot speed, as quick as Ben Simmons is, I don't think it allows it to. What it does allow you to do is body up so that when he wants to go from A to B, he's got a loop from A to B as opposed to going straight A to B. That's a physicality thing.
But that wasn't how the fouls were called. That wasn't what he was doing. He was reaching in.
Well, one of them was a body up. I think the first one where he fell out of bounds, it was a body up thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the physicality factor comes in that I'm not letting him get there because I'm getting my body physically in front of him and not allowing him to get from A to B. That's where the physicality
and Trey's
comes in.
clearly getting superstar calls. I mean,
As he should.
It's a benefit of being a superstar, and
And Joel Embiid gets them too.
Sure, and I think I think that went into Doc Rivers thinking of, all right, he's going to get superstar calls. I can't allow Ben Simmons to get two cheapies.
Staples is evolving into Staples Connect. It's a new world of possible. Innovative tools for small business and remote workers and learners. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. So we have our auction going on at 97.5 The Fanatic. Opportunity for you to be in the inaugural John Kincade Show Mentorship and Experience Auction, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research. Again, Cuz comes and cooks at your home with sous chef Andrew Salchunas. This is one of the most...
I want to see Anthony in an apron.
Anthony is cooking spaghetti and crabs for your guests.
I love spaghetti and crabs.
At your dinner.
Any crab I can get.
How about
you can bond over my meatballs?
How about there's a day at the ballpark. I'll take you and a guest to a Phillies game. I've got really good connections to get really good tickets. You and a guest come on down for a mutual agreed upon date. We'll come on down and we'll go watch the Phillies at the ballpark. See, I've got a very taut, bulbous ass. You'll find that out. Maybe one grab. Just one grab. Plus the 9 and Dine with Mike Missinelli. You and 3 friends play 9 holes and have lunch with Mike Missinelli. And the Chillin' with Charles. You and a guest come to the Fanatic Studios when Mike Missinelli has his annual soiree with Charles Barkley. Lunch at the station, an exclusive studio viewing of the Mike Missinelli Show with special guest Charles Barkley, and a meet and greet with Mike and Charles. Those are pretty awesome.
The best thing about Charles is you probably don't even need to run this by him first.
No.
There's just an assumption he's so great with everyone that he would just be like, yeah, whatever, come on in, knucklehead.
He is knucklehead. He is
he's the best.
Great. He is and 2, him and Shaq have that stupid little game going where they try to out-tip each other. They want to be known as the best tippers in Atlanta.
That's great for the service industry.
So they'll say to Shaq, hey, all you have to do, you want to get a better tip out of either one of them? Just say, oh, yeah, Shaq came in here last week, Charles. So then he's like, oh, really? Well, they're probably talking about Shaq.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the tip I leave. Got it going on for you. By the way, something I want to mention here. I know the Pearl Clutchers are going to be very upset with me for even mentioning it. But the Phillies, let's acknowledge it. I said it from before the season. I'll say it to you now. They lied to their fan base, and they didn't put their team in the best position to win from the start of the season in 2021 by not having Odubel Herrera on their roster. It's obvious. It's not a debate. It's not an opinion. It was dumb. It was short-sighted. Oh, by the way, he's playing a superior center field. He's batting .276. He's got 14 RBI, and I can't even begin to acknowledge what a botched decision this was by the Phillies organization to trot out a bunch of AAA guys in center field because you were worried about negative publicity with Odubel Herrera. As I told you before the season started, the negative publicity would last a couple of days. It did. The fans at Citizens Bank Park are cheering loudly for Odubel Herrera. It got past it. Because you know what? We do believe in redemption. We do believe in forgiveness. At least some of us do in the country. And I have nothing to do with deciding what you should decide morally, but the Phillies are a business. And they screwed over their fan base. They went how many games into this season before they acknowledged, we're not going with our best option. And it's so glaringly bad to watch what Odubel Herrera's doing. And now, no, it should have been from the beginning.
Yeah.
Patty?
Yeah, I mean, it should have, but I'm not surprised.
No, but it's screwed. What would an extra month of Odubel Herrera have potentially done? Maybe two extra wins? Maybe two? Yes. Come on. Yeah, you were having double-A, not even double-A caliber players out there.
Yeah, I don't think Odubel Herrera is their future, so I don't blame them for trying to figure out if one of these top prospects would play. It was the narrative that they spun to do it, of saying that Hazley, quote, won the job. Like, nobody really won the job. You just kind of gave it to him?
Well, no, the best option should always be, if nobody wins the job, the guy who has the best chance of success should be the guy who has the job.
Yeah, but...
And that was Herrera, and it's not close.
Yeah, but the last 2 weeks of spring training, he couldn't hit anything.
But you go back...
We all knew that Odubel Herrera had to have an unbelievable spring to win the center field position because of all the negative publicity that it would have brought. He didn't.
Because of PR. They were worried about PR.
Yeah, it wasn't just PR, though. He didn't hit the ball well in spring training.
The other guys weren't either. So you give it to the guy that you know has the best option. You give it to him first. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they handled it. We said it at the beginning, or I know I said it, that, like, look, however you're going to handle this, come out and be honest with the fans how you're handling it. We've talked to Odubel. He's talked to his teammates. We've talked to his wife. We are in a spot where we are going to give him a second chance, and therefore, boom, and handle it that way. But they didn't. They never said that, and as you said, I don't know if they brought the best center fielder up or not. It doesn't appear that they did.
They certainly didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty obvious at this point.
They kept going with it.
I understand wanting to see what Hazley is because he's a top 10 pick, but it wasn't handled well.
And of course, Mickey Moniak. I mean, it's only 5 years. We got to be patient.
I mean, he
patient.
is swinging a bat really well in AAA.
Bring him on up.
He's no Bryson Stott.
Bryson Stott's older than him and at AA and hitting about 100.
It's only been 5 years.
112.
Yeah. Would you people be freaking patient with Mickey Moniak? It's only 5 years. It's not like top picks. It's not like top picks in the draft.
You're not going to die on this hill today, are you?
You're going to do this, Pat? Seriously?
That he's 23? No. You know what? Honestly, I wish we could retire this entire topic because it's tired. It's a broken record.
Adam Hazley.
Pat, for your own well-being, I think you should.
No, because I feel my blood pressure going up. I can't.
Yeah.
Still
I
gonna do
feel
it.
for you. I see you're getting in a bad place.
Now, here's a good thing, though. At least he knows that he gets a NOLA start tomorrow night. So he gets an Aaron Nola start.
He's going to come in here
at home.
Hopefully we'll have a nice... And at home. In front of a throng of what? How many on a week? You got 15,000 a game for weekend games.
Yeah.
How much you think you're getting on weekdays? 10?
I bet they do 12 or 13.
That's embarrassing.
I was really surprised. Friday night especially, because, nice night, Friday, first time on a Friday, and you're thinking, okay, something might happen. When I saw the numbers, I was shocked. Saturday and Sunday were hot days. Sunday, of course, you had the Sixers.
In defense, I guess walk-up tickets would be tough if you didn't... People didn't, because originally the date was supposed to be June 10th or 11th.
Why would walk-up tickets be
I don't
tough?
think they're doing walk-up tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like people plan now.
And get them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think that's what they're doing.
You could do that from your phone right outside the
But
stadium.
I don't think anybody was walking up to the gate going, oh, it's a nice day, I'll go to the Phillies game. Like, I think everybody's kind of internet planned out these days and scheduled.
This is a bad excuse, but we always talk about how baseball is an older person sport. It's not really for the younger crowd. So the MLB is trying to push their ballpark app. So all their tickets are going through the MLB ballpark app. Trying to teach my mother, who's going to Thursday night's game or Thursday's game, how to use the ballpark app is a pain. And I think for some people that are thinking about going, you get 2 clicks on the internet, you can't figure out how to do it. You're like, all right, I just give up.
I'm done with it.
I don't think walk-up tickets are going to be normal this year, as they would be in most years.
Hopefully it all gets worked out.
I'm not going to cry for John Middleton's money, but...
Cousin Matt ran right off the golf course the other day to get down to the stadium to make sure people were getting into the game. Make sure they were down there. He cared. By the way, boys, we need to go to Jeffersonville, the golf course.
Yeah, I played it a long time ago. Nice course. So
spectacular.
I'm game.
It was spectacular. It was awesome.
My wife's done school this week, and the summer of Jamie will commence.
The summer of Jamie.
Summer of Jamie.
Wait a minute.
Like it hasn't been.
What about the summer of her?
She's fine.
She's with child.
Yeah.
She's with Jamie Seed.
She's making up for mom and daughter time.
Hey, Tom in Newtown Square joins us on The Fanatic. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, all right, buddy. What's up?
So you may remember I called Friday and said if Embiid didn't play, that the Hawks would win and that Trae Young was better than Simmons. And obviously it's a long series and the Sixers could still win. I think they will if Embiid plays. But any changes on that thought that if Embiid didn't play, that they would actually win this series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Down 0-1 already with Embiid? Absolutely, they could lose the series if Embiid was out.
Yeah, and I just think that Trae Young, the reason why they got so many open threes is because Trae Young creates so much on the half court, and that's the thing that I think the Sixers are missing because Simmons can't do that on their side.
There we go. Thank you, Tom. Sort of sobering. I'm not sure that I agree totally with that. But
if you had to have somebody win you a game in this series, would you pick Trae Young or Joel Embiid? And take into consideration the defense that's going against that person.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm not disagreeing with what he just said at all.
I think
just
the
threw it out there.
defensive matchup is better. I think they have less answer for Joel Embiid than the Sixers are supposed to have for Trae Young.
I agree with you on that, and that's what really confused me yesterday and agitated me, to tell the truth, was, what are you doing? What's your game plan here? You know, how many times this year have we seen a game plan against Joel Embiid, right? A double coming from the opposite side, double off of a certain player, whatever it may be. You saw game plans against Joel Embiid. I don't know what the game plan was against Trae Young yesterday in the first three quarters of the game.
And it didn't adjust, Jamie. They didn't adjust.
Yeah, it took Doc too long. I mean, that 17-0 run just can't happen. It was too much of the hockey shift. And defensively, I mean, Danny Green clearly wasn't getting it done with the way they were picking him up high. It was too much for him.
I'm screaming at my TV, please, God, get them out. And Doc was just, I don't know if he went to get a hot dog. You know, the Wells Fargo Center has some good food options.
The kids call it glizzies, Pat.
I felt like it was
glizzies. That's a hot dog term.
I felt like he was.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
kind of expecting it. All right,
grease missile.
They've got to come out of it at this point when they come down the court, and then it won't happen. All right, well, it's got to be this time.
Would I say glizzies and sound less dorkish?
I'll never say
more
it.
Dorkish?
Apparently, it originated in D.C. And I lived down there for a while. Yeah, glizzies.
I don't think that's a thing. I think Jamie.
No, it's very much a thing. I'm telling you.
What do they call them up in the Hamptons?
Yes, how was that?
They
only do lobster rolls up there.
Okay, I would like to. I'd also like to say to our YouTube family, please stop dragging Pat through the parking lot.
Oh,
as Mickey Moniak is hitting 222.
You're a brave man to die on Moniak Hill.
See,
he got his batting average up from 178 to 222.
This is where the narrative gets spun by the YouTube crowd. See, I said he's swinging a hot bat lately.
Hot bat!
Because he's got like 4 home runs in his last 3 games or something like that. So,
Get excited!
Look, we can sit here and argue.
Mickey.
I could be right. They could be wrong. It's fine.
I'm saying by the time Mickey's 30, we may see him ready to go. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
You're a brave man, Pat.
You had a big weekend this weekend. We had some travelers on the show, had some big events on the show. Plus, we will get you involved in the conversation at 610-632-0975. Stay with us. We're a friendly crowd. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Have you checked out the Mentorship and Experience Auction? It's the inaugural run at this thing, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research, which is our show's official partner. Your chance to bid on awesome, one-of-a-kind experiences. You've never done this before with us, and we appreciate you getting in through Thursday, June the 10th. By the end of the show Thursday, all of these events will be gone. 100% of the proceeds will go to AACR. Ricky Batalico can come out and coach your baseball team or run a practice with you today. Bid on it. Maybe you got a couple baseball teams that would love to have Ricky come in. Bid on it and win. We'll make it happen. Plus, Chef Cuz comes and cooks. Mike Missinelli takes you golfing. Your son or daughter could be my personal intern for a week on this show, and I can only tell you, getting in our internship program is not easy. I'm giving you an open door. 1 week, it'll be an intensive course, and it'll be better than what they learned in the classroom during the school year. I promise you that. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com. Check out all the cool experiences you can bid on and get in on it now. The auction is live. It goes through Thursday's show. Head to our website, 97.5thefanatic.com, and please bid high.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
What's up, guys? It's Andrew. The playoffs, they're here, and you'll be in hoops heaven betting all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. With so many exciting matchups, FanDuel is taking the excitement to another level. New and existing users can bet risk-free throughout the playoffs, and new users can get up to $1,000 back if your first bet doesn't win. Once you have an account, you can bet one same-game parlay risk-free every week. So you can combine those money lines, point spreads, player points, first basket scores, and so much more to win a major payout. And if you don't win, you'll get $10 back. Basketball fans, now's the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic to bet the playoffs risk-free exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app.
21 plus and present in PA. Risk-free bet for first online real money wager only, and refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Same game parlay refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
T-Mobile is bringing 5G from big cities to small towns across America. We've been investing billions to light up the largest and fastest 5G network. And now, according to competitive data from Umlaut, T-Mobile is the most reliable 5G network too. To celebrate, we're inviting everyone to upgrade their experience. Introducing the free 5G upgrade. Bring any working cell phone to T-Mobile and trade it in for a free 5G Samsung Galaxy. Still have a flip phone? If it can make a call, you can trade it in. Plus, all our plans include 5G access on the full T-Mobile network at no extra cost.
Let's go.
Now that's an upgrade. T-Mobile is America's leader in 5G. Experience it today with the free 5G upgrade. Visit a neighborhood store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
Phone via 24 bill credits while supplies last plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us. Qualifying credit, service, and undamaged trade-in required. Most reliable according to independent third-party Umlaut from crowdsourced user experience data from September 2020 to February 2021. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
On winning teams, every player brings their unique strength and has an impact on the results. For the Showtime Los Angeles Lakers of the 80s, one of those players was Michael Cooper. He was one of only 3 players to play on all 5 of the championships. Alongside Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Cooper was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1987 and made the All-Defensive Team for 8 straight years. A vital role for the Showtime Lakers.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
As the professional basketball playoffs progress, star talent and experience usually take their teams far, and it's no different for your business. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the best candidates with the experience, skills, and motivation you need. Post a job in minutes with your must-have criteria, and LinkedIn Jobs will match you to the most qualified people across their network of 740 million professionals. You could have your star players in place this summer. Post your first job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation, Private. Astute.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Introducing in-person payments from PayPal, a touch-free way for your customers to pay and tip. Whether you're a hot dog vendor.
Mustard? You gotta have the mustard.
A personal trainer.
Don't you drop those knees, Sandra!
Or a boba shop.
Brewed to pearly perfection.
Signing up your business is easy. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan, pay, and tip too. Shop safe with touch-free QR code payments. Fees may apply. For more info, go to paypal.com/us/getQRcode.
The next great flavor from Wendy's is here. The Bourbon Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with our signature Applewood smoked bacon and smothered in our brand new Bourbon Bacon sauce. Because at Wendy's, we go all in on flavor. Handcrafted, complex yet approachable, made with the finest ingredients. This is a delicious bourbon masterpiece that you eat. Download the Wendy's app for delivery of this great new flavor and more today. We got you.
At participating Wendy's, delivery may vary by location. Prices may be higher than at restaurant. Delivery fees may apply. Wendy's app registration required.
You want it warmer. He wants it cooler. So you
You turn the thermostat up, he turns it down. Warmer, colder, on, off. Did you know that constantly adjusting your thermostat can noticeably increase your monthly energy bill? Since you can't put a lockbox on your thermostat, here's the next best thing. Special financing offers and rebates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane, with a whole house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe, subject to credit approval. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Game on! At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at betrivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Go to our playground.
All right, we've officially entered the dog days of summer. That means long nights, hot days, fun in the sun. You know who loves long walks on the beach and cool nights other than Bob Cooney? Your dog. The only thing missing from your life is a four-legged friend. We love dogs. Pets Plus Natural loves dogs, too. Go to their Facebook page. Let them know why you want to adopt a dog, and they're going to select one lucky winner. Pets Plus Natural will pick up the adoption fee. Pets Plus wants every dog to be adopted to a loving home, and their mission is not only to help you take care of your dog in the healthiest way possible, but to ensure they're around for a long time. Finding happy homes for dogs, they do a great job with all the dogs they rescue. You may know a family that would love and cherish a dog in their home. I know I miss Nikki Foles every day not being with me here. Tell us about it. Go to the Pets Plus Facebook page. Let them know. They'll choose one lucky family to adopt a dog of their choice. Pets Plus picks up the adoption fee. Go to PetsPlusNatural.com to see all that they've got to offer.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Warning, if you don't laugh listening to the John Kincade Show, you might end up with resting Bob face.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I got a few observations of things I want to get to from over the weekend, but I want to hear how the boys enjoyed their weekend. First up, Jamie, you were off on Friday because you went to a wedding.
Yeah, my cousin Mike. Congratulations to the Ferrans, adding a new member to our crew. It was up in North
Hamptons.
No, well, not technically.
Well,
it was opposite the Hamptons.
NoFo.
Yeah, NoFo as they call it. It's gorgeous up there. It really is. No, so the North Fork is the kind of the farming, agricultural, I guess, area of that region.
Okay.
So it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but it's not nearly as uppity as the Southern Fork, which is the Hamptons.
The tractors are all Mercedes-Benz tractors.
Oh, there's definitely money up there, but it's not the same crowd, which is why I enjoyed it a lot. Absolutely gorgeous. The wedding was incredible.
How did the white party go?
It was fun. I mean,
everybody in white.
It was nighttime on the beach around bonfires with a bunch of beers. So, I mean, I'll take that every day.
What happened? What did you stain your clothing with? That was what we were debating.
I think
Friday.
I got out. I think I got out with stain free. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We were shocking.
Yeah.
I bet Bob thought
I had red wine.
Bob said red wine.
I didn't get to the red.
I figured he was drinking beer.
I was definitely drinking beer.
I said cocktail sauce off of a shrimp being brought around on a steel.
No, there was no food at the beach party. We did the rehearsal dinner before and then went there. So it was just beer. So I didn't have any big stain loopholes.
How was graduation?
Graduation was good. Had a horrible storm right as the kids had to leave the house to go to graduation. So they had to leave early. They had to be there an hour before. The graduation was at 6. It's a 5-minute ride from my house. We left around 5:15. We didn't get there till 6 because there was such bad flooding. A light was out. The storm was horrible on Friday night.
And then it cleared fast, right?
Oh yeah, it cleared up. It was beautiful after. But no, great ceremony. It was perfect. Couple of parties on Saturday and stuff, which were good. It was a really good weekend. I think our daughter Jenna had a good time.
By the way, Bob sends along a picture of Jenna and Donna and himself. I said, that is a beautiful picture, you guys. That is a beautiful picture, you guys.
I'm not a picture guy. I don't really. Yeah, can you guys imagine? I don't like my picture being.
She looks just like her. She looks just like her mother in that picture.
Really?
Yes.
But Donna now is into taking selfies.
Well, this wasn't a selfie.
No, she loves doing selfies with the kids.
Well,
so which is funny, because I really think it's fun.
When Donna, I'd say Donna, when you're looking good, take the selfies. You look good.
Yeah,
take the selfies.
Yeah, she's killing it. She's
looking great.
She's lost over 20 pounds.
See, I didn't know.
Really?
I didn't know what she looked like before. She looks fantastic.
How'd she
That's
do
a
that,
beautiful
Bob?
picture.
Yeah, I need some tips.
I need tips.
That involves not dropping my double IPAs
not
and
drinking,
eating.
yes.
Yeah, she doesn't drink.
Well, yeah.
Actually, we toasted. Well, before we went to graduation, I poured her mom, myself, and her a glass of wine.
That's
and we toasted the graduation. Yeah.
Hey, protect your home with DryTech waterproofing solutions. Fanatic listeners receive 15% off when they mention Mike Missinelli. For water in your basement, cracks in your foundation, or mold remediation, trust the experts at DryTech. That's drytechcorp.com. So a couple things. One, Korean barbecue sauce.
I love Korean barbecue. Sauce, all of it.
Holy moly. First of all, to our Korean listeners, I had no idea you guys had gotten into barbecue.
Their fried chicken's incredible. Their barbecue's incredible.
I had the Korean barbecue sauce on a grilled chicken sandwich. I want to bathe in it.
Oh.
Where'd you have it?
Iron Hill Brewery.
I have an Iron Hill right
less
across.
Than 2 miles from my house. I can walk right over from
I'm a Mug Club member.
I can walk right over and
there's a big grocery store that starts with a W. They sell a Korean barbecue sauce bottled.
Okay,
that's pretty solid.
Because I like spice,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like Indian spice. I don't
Harissa.
like peanut.
Yeah.
I don't like peanut sauces. I don't like. This was incredible. So I found out now that I'm a huge fan of that. And I also found out that Philadelphia is scamming all of us. Completely scamming all of us. With not having the parking lots at the airport set up.
It's still closed?
It's not open when I just went last weekend.
Yeah, it was closed when I was there.
So people say to me, I got quotes. I live 4.5 miles from this studio in Ballackinwood. Round trip airfare, car service, not limo, just a drive to the airport. I got 3 quotes. $215 round trip for the was the lowest quote.
Wow.
$215 to $248.
Oof.
To go to the airport from freaking Ardmore. And so thankfully I put it out there on social media and I said, okay, this is ridiculous. So then I had a lot of good-hearted listeners say, I'll take you for Sixers playoff tickets. I'll drive you if you give me this. And I'm like, no, see, that's not what would you know what? Take your What Would Jesus Do bracelet and throw it out if that's what you're tweeting at me.
It's a good shot.
I had a gentleman say, use this cab service from Ardmore. $90 round trip from Ardmore.
Round trip?
$45 each way.
So
they'll have a cab waiting for me, takes me to the airport. So you shysters.
What about one of your billion cousins you have?
I'm not asking them to that's like asking people to help you move.
No, I totally disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, moving is an all-day thing.
No, Pat,
go to the airport?
Here's what I'm thinking of. Middle of the day, and then I guess I could always grab someone. The Uber from the airport, the one day I took Uber home, took me 35 minutes to get an Uber. Which is ridiculous.
Well, there's a shortage on drivers.
Why?
Because I guess some people were probably making more in unemployment than they were driving. Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is.
What's Connor doing?
There's surge pricing.
I would not do that to anybody.
Egan just said in my ear that he would take you, but only if the conversation centers around Aaron Nola and Odubel Herrera.
That's it. Those are my stipulations.
Don't forget Mickey.
You asked me to drop it, and I dropped it. So I wouldn't do that to you.
I asked you to drop it so we could pick it back up in the car ride to the airport.
Yeah.
That really would
make fresh material.
That would put a smile on your face. Oh
Those are my stipulations, and if you don't agree to it, I'm not taking it.
You're a bunch of shysters, is all I'm going to tell you. The limo services, a bunch of shysters. That's ridiculous. $200 and some from Ardmore for one person.
Yeah.
With one bag, you're thieves.
Economy parking should just be open.
The economy parking should be open.
It's ridiculous at this point.
My cousin Dan says, Big Dan says, I'd take you to the airport, but I have to move somebody tomorrow. My brother, who Danny and I are moving, Doc tomorrow. You know, you got to really love someone to help them move.
Sure. You can make it a fun thing. Get some pizza and beers.
What? So Doc picks a day when the heat indices is going to be 103.
Way to go, Doc.
Good job, Doc. Son of a...
Who moves on a Tuesday?
Doc does.
It's a weird. I feel like that's a weird day to move.
Well, it's because of one of them. His brother, who's available to help, is going out of town on Thursday at lunchtime. So.
Oh wait, you need a ride to go out of town? I'll take you.
Wait a minute. This could have been on the auction. This could have worked. Check out the auction at 97.5thefanatic.com to bid on one-of-a-kind experiences. It's our mentorship and experience auction benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research. We have something that people want in the auction next year. Watching a Sixers game with Bob. Like watching it with you and just sort of talking hoops, sit at a bar, watch the game on TV, and talk Sixers basketball. No, seriously, I text Bob more about questions about watching NBA games than I don't think I text you anything else except just say, hey, how was graduation or something like that. I don't ever text you otherwise. I'm texting him during the Clippers game yesterday, asking questions.
You see, Luka was responsible for 77
That's
of the
a record,
Mavericks.
right?
Yeah, it's an NBA record for a playoff series.
77 of their points?
77 of their points with either points from him or assists.
Yeah.
Largest percentage of points in a playoff game.
Wow.
Where he's
special.
Luka's
I'll tell you what,
fantastic.
he's becoming one of my favorite players to watch in the NBA.
Absolutely.
I always go through these things. It was back in the day, it was Russell Westbrook when he was with Oklahoma City. And it was Steve Nash long before then. And I'm talking about seeing these guys live. But Luka Doncic is kind of becoming my favorite player to watch in the league right now.
He's insanely good.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, he was traded for Trae Young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Trae Young and Herter.
Sure.
You got to put it that way.
Luckily, Trae Young didn't suck.
Doesn't suck.
But if he ended up not being good, that's one of the worst trades of all time.
But Luka and Herter, I believe it is Herter that's the other player in that deal. That's not, it's not terrible.
He's a pain in the ass.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
But so is Trae Young.
Well, sure. But, Herter just is one of those guys where he grates on you. Because he's good. He's a solid player that's, in a minimal role for them, but he's just annoying.
It's funny how playoff series brings out the hate in other teams because you're so competitive. I have no feeling towards Atlanta whatsoever at all. You see them from a distance.
Except that you want them to take me back.
But obviously, it's in the works. But once that team, as Philly fans, once that team hits a court, a field, and ice, and they're playing against you in the playoffs, I love how people zone in and say, "Oh, that's a punch-the-face guy." It's so much fun to watch.
Well, by the end of the 7-game series, the people who respect Trae Young's game will just hate Trae Young. They will still respect his game, but they'll just hate him.
Yeah.
The first thing to come out of the mouth is, I don't want to see his freaking face again by the end of this series.
When he did the little skipping yesterday after he scored and grabbed the ball, Sixers called a timeout and started skipping. Somebody I was with was like, that?
Exactly.
That bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
And if a Sixer did it, we'd have a meme of it, and it would be great. It's one of those things. You hate it. You hate it when it's...
Yeah, he's a hell of a player.
They like Joel Embiid thrusting on the court is fun. When it's your guy, it's fun.
Yeah.
When the other team does it to you in your face, it's like,
Damn right. I'd love Sidney Crosby if he was a Flyer.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Would you really?
Yeah.
By the way,
God, yeah.
Now, I got to tell you this, though. I've always questioned that with Crosby.
He's annoying.
I've always wondered, there are guys that Philly hates. And there are guys that I will say, well, if he was a Flyer or if he was an Eagle, this city would have a statue of him. They'd love him. I always question that with Crosby, though. He's such a little B. I think there'd be a lot of people here that would not embrace him.
Yeah, but we don't have a litany of great players.
Got you.
From the last 3 decades.
Pat,
so it's
what do you think on that?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, we love Crosby for sure.
So you disagree with me on that?
Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to even as Trae Young is dominating my squad, it's hard for me to dislike him because of what he did to the Knicks. I just became such a big fan of him. But I do think that, Joel Embiid, I'd loathe that guy if he was on another team. And by the way, the Trae Young trade was Trae Young and Cam Reddish.
It's Cam Reddish. Who hasn't really done...
Norristown's own Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris Miller on our YouTube, I'm looking at some of the YouTube discussion. He goes, never heard of Korean barbecue, and he's got the hand to the face. Korean barbecue sauce? Is that...
It's pretty well known.
Sauce is a thing? I mean, where do you have it?
Korean food.
I don't eat Korean food.
Oh, you should.
No, first of all, too, is where are Korean food restaurants?
There's a bunch.
There used to be a place at Temple called Koja Grill that was really good, and I think it closed because of COVID. They had a really good Korean barbecue cheesesteak that was really good.
One of my best friends is Korean. I can get a whole rundown for you.
Because I don't know of a lot of Korean restaurants.
Yeah, there's a couple in Center City.
If you're going to a Korean restaurant, what is a guy's not an adventuresome eater? What am I ordering? I'm not an adventuresome eater.
See, my knowledge of it isn't
spice,
deep.
Though. What do they do?
Yeah.
Do they do?
It's a lot of family style picking and making your own.
Is it sort of like Chinese food?
It's not. It's different, but it's not.
Korean barbecue's delicious.
Because it's delicious.
Yeah.
I feel like, John, you're talking to three guys who have eaten it and can't describe
it. You can't describe it to me.
I haven't had it a ton.
All I know is it's good eating.
Yeah, every time I have it, I'm in love with it.
Ryan says there's a great spot of Korean barbecue in Westchester.
There you go.
So there you go. Get a house built, and maybe we'll get some in there and have a little Korean barbecue for you here. In Cooney's Corner, Bob's worried a lot more about not just Trae Young.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, we were talking on the pregame yesterday, Devon and I, about how does Trae Young hurt you and what are you going to try to do as far as limiting him? And look, he's going to get his. He's a volume shooter. He's going to get his 20 to 30 shots a game easily. The key is to keeping his point total around where his shot total is also. If he's taking 30 shots and scores 30 points, I'm okay with that. What I said yesterday was my key was the assists that he gets and who he gets them to. He's going to run the pick-and-roll alley-oop with Capella all day long, and he did that in the first half. But you can't let the secondary guys, like the Bogdanoviches, like Gallinari off the bench, or like Herter off the bench, you can't let those guys be effective off of what Trae Young does. And too many times yesterday they were. And it was part of him getting wherever he wanted to get. And it was part of the double teams that they were throwing out and allowing him to throw out of that and the rotation not being good enough. And these secondary guys were wide open.
You know who was tied for the best plus-minus on the day?
Probably Lou Williams.
Ding, ding, ding. Lou Williams and Joel Embiid, both plus 16s.
Yeah, and, Lou Williams gave you 11 minutes. And they weren't 11, real.
It was the run.
You say that
it was the run.
Lou hardly plays.
Yeah, he doesn't play all that much.
But to your point, the secondary guys were coming in and thriving.
Yeah, why?
The bench unit looked so strange to me yesterday.
This was part of my aggravation from yesterday. What was your game plan? Because if you're going to let Trae Young get Trae Young's points, then you have to stop or have a hand in the other guys. If you're going to double whatever you're going to do to Trae, your rotation has to be better. Neither one was there yesterday. You gave up 128 points yesterday. That's horrible.
Yeah. But Bogdanovich was the one that I was like, why is he continuing to be left open?
Yeah, and it started from the get-go.
Yeah.
They run the opening tap, and he gets a wide open three right off the get-go. So there has to be a better game plan. Look, are they going to make threes? Are they good shooters? Yes. Atlanta does have good shooters. They're great shooters when you have nobody in their faces.
Sure.
And to hit 23-pointers yesterday, that can't happen. So, look, it's a pick-your-poison type of thing with Doc Rivers, and yesterday he didn't pick either one, it seemed.
I need more, like I said it earlier, George Hill having 2 shots on that second unit. You needed buckets to stop that run because it wasn't happening defensively. And there was just, it all looked like they were kind of like deer in the headlights out there. They all didn't know what to do offensively. It was a weird vibe from them.
It was.
And, Shake you've kind of lost him. Maxey's a rookie. You can't expect a ton from him. Furkan is Furkan. I almost wonder if Doc trims down the rotation in game 2.
Please.
You might even
That's what I want.
You might even consider going to a 7 or 8 man rotation here.
But that being said, real quick, all of the stuff, Danny Green played 30 minutes, and then everybody else was 36, 37, 38. I don't know how much more time you can really give them.
You might need it.
I hear you. It's hard.
And one thing I kept thinking of yesterday was they're doing all this without DeAndre Hunter, who's such a key factor for their offense. That if he comes back in game 2, I mean, he's not going to miss the entire series, obviously, so he's going to be back at some point. How is that going to affect your squad?
There you go. There's a lot of interesting angles.
I'll tell you what, I really came away yesterday by saying, all right, the chess match has started. because there's so many different things that were blatantly obvious yesterday, it seemed to us, but it must not be that obvious if the coaches aren't going to them right away.
There you go. Appreciate that. And we will have Game 2 tomorrow night on The Fanatic. Bob and Devon come your way at 6 p.m. right after the Mike Missinelli show. Leading you up to tip-off.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
It's good here. By the way, please clarify this for me. Type 7 U-Boat says, what's Kincade talking about? If Sidney Crosby got drafted by the Flyers and won 3 Stanley Cups here, he'd be immortalized. I didn't bring up the Stanley Cups. If you're telling me Sidney Crosby was a Flyer and they won 3 Stanley Cups, I absolutely think he'd be immortalized here. Duh.
Well, there's no guarantee.
I'm not assuming he wins 3 Stanley Cups here. That's not the conversation.
Yeah.
The conversation is the athlete and the kind of athlete, the kind of way he carries himself. I could see this city absolutely cannibalizing him.
But if he gave you the play, they'd rationalize it.
If they didn't win? Claude Giroux is, when you look at Claude Giroux's numbers, he is amongst points production, everything, amongst all-time greats.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer.
And guess what? This city cannibalized. Yes, yes, Bob, he
totally.
is. Bob, he is. When you look at the numbers, you're going to freak out.
No, I know his numbers.
And guess what? And this city, since I've been home, I've listened to it on this radio station. And people cannibalizing Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux.
I actually think he gets a kind of a free pass.
I think he gets too much criticism. He does nothing for
Yeah,
me.
maybe.
Yeah,
but he's not the problem.
He definitely doesn't get a free pass.
Yeah, but he
not
doesn't get enough.
recently.
No doubt Hall of Famer.
No,
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think it's the typical Philadelphia extreme. It's either he's great or he's the worst thing in the world. He's a problem.
Well, that's what I'm asking about here, because here is one from Matthew. Matthew, in the subject line of his email, says, this show does not understand Philly sports radio. He says, this show sounds completely out of place. I haven't heard anyone call for someone's job. No one's saying a player sucks, and no one has blamed the officials yet. It's why I'm tuning in every single morning.
Yeah, welcome. That's our goal.
Thank you, Matthew. He said, this show doesn't understand Philly sports radio. And then I'm thinking, when I read the note, I'm going, what the frick is he talking about?
We have some hoagie mouths in us, but we're not hoagie mouth radio.
He goes, I like it. I'm an idiot. We are. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm the idiot.
Yeah, life's more fun when you're an idiot.
It is fun.
I'm an idiot.
It is fun. We're having a good time. But
I'm
that's
stuck on this Claude Giroux Hall of Famer, no doubt.
No, he's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bob, his numbers.
I'm not disagreeing.
How about
I
this?
honest was asking.
The hell's wrong with you, Cooney?
I believe if you go if you say top four scorers of a decade for every decade in the NHL have made the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Claude Giroux is a top 10 scorer.
If Lindros made it, then he makes it.
If Lindros makes it, Giroux makes it.
Yeah, definitely.
Lindros had an MVP, got to a Cup Finals.
His team did.
Well, Claude Giroux got to a Cup Finals.
Yes.
Peter Laviolette once called him the best player in the world.
Ipso facto, boom.
No, he's a
Why do
Hall
you
of
hate
Famer.
Claude Giroux?
He's a Hall of
Yeah, what's up with that?
No,
He's
I
a Hall
don't.
of Famer.
No, it seems like you do.
If we can't debate things, then we
I
don't
think
have
that
the show.
Ben-
The
I
Twitter
think
poll
that
says
Ben-
100% you hate Claude Giroux.
Let's get back to Mickey Moniak.
We go to the bathroom now?
Let's not. The supposed better team wet the bed yesterday. We will wash the sheets, hang them out to dry, and try again tomorrow. We'll talk about what went down yesterday, the intangibles, and more. Next, it's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app allows you the in-game wagering, which is honestly the most fun. Yesterday was such a crappy game, but to have the opportunity to be able to use the in-game wagering to say, the Sixers are going on a run. So then you try to match, okay, what's the over-under for the game? How many points are going to be scored? It's constantly moving. It's a moving target that you can jump on and you can gamble with the Sportsbook app from the Parks Casino. I love these folks. Your risk-free bet, first one for new customers, up to $500. Download the app or click parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. If you like daily fantasy, you will love the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. It's absolutely awesome. You can bet on player performances in the game, points, rebounds, assists. You don't have to bet teams to win. You can just use your expertise on individual performances. You have to be 21 in Pennsylvania to use it. But if you got a gambling problem, I want you to call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it.
loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by the American Association for Cancer Research, the official charity partner of the John Kincade Show. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR to make a life-saving donation today.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors in your house? Well, it's time you finally go Guida, my good friends. At Guida Door and Window will help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off. And you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. You can buy an entry door, you'll get half off a storm door. You can buy a patio door, you'll get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida is making it easier for you to afford your project with no money down and interest-free financing up to 18 months. Act now. The offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today and schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate. The number, 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Online, GoGuida.com. That's go, Guida.com.
It's that time of year, and as a landscaper, that can only mean one thing. It's my time to hustle. And with Metro by T-Mobile, me and my brothers now have the extra tools we need to get this gig growing. Metro gave us 4 lines of unlimited high-speed data for just $25 each. Plus, they threw in 4 free Galaxy phones just for switching. Now we can keep in touch no matter where we're mowing, and keep the social feed updated, so the whole town knows who's taking charge of these yards.
You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Enjoy Metro's lowest price on unlimited. Just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus, get 4 free Samsung Galaxy phones. All on the T-Mobile network.
I'm Robin, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
Users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile. Video streams at 480p plus device sales tax with eligible port in and no T-Mobile service in past 180 days. 1 phone per line. Keep 4 line for promo rate. Additional terms. Limited time offer. Details at metrobytmobile.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
If you're trying to be your best, whether that's the best office bingo player or the best volleyball player on the planet, you're going to need some help. Almonds are that help. You're a teammate to tackle anything and everything. Whether you eat them by the handful or sipping on an almond milk smoothie, almonds are natural fuel for the best you. Your snack to keep your head in the game and body energized. So, whether you're going for the top step of the podium or another round of bingo, refuel with almonds. California almonds. Own your everyday, every day.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you find the right oil for your next change. We've got what your car's engine needs. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil and an STP extended life oil filter for just $33.99. And you can get it all fast your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's grilling season. And you got the best beef brisket money can buy. Dry rubbed to perfection, slow smoked for 8 hours. And you dared to face that perfect smoky hickory wood flavor with subpar wood cooking pellets? Introducing Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. No fillers or binders. Just 100% hardwood for 100% flavor. Learn more at kingsford.com.
Home is where your life happens, so don't settle for slow internet. Switch to Verizon Fios for upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable, so you can video chat and game with ultra-low lag. Power your connected home with the 100% fiber optic network, only on Verizon. Based on Fios Gigabit connection plan wired upload speed of up to 880 megabits compared to advertised cable upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans, as of February 16, 2021.
At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at betrivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to our playground.
Honey, we need to clear the air.
I'm sorry, and I promise it'll never happen again.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
The Bryan Evolution Air Purifier captures and kills up to 99% of select viruses and bacteria. And Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning contractors will do whatever it takes to provide your family with this healthier, cleaner air, including great financing offers on a new energy-efficient system. To find a Pierce Phelps Bryant contractor near you, visit nopaybryant.com.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
Got to tell you that as a two-time cancer survivor, I know when it comes to funding cancer research, every single dollar counts. And there are almost 17 million Americans like me who are cancer survivors today, thanks to you and all those who have donated directly to organizations like the American Association for Cancer Research. And you can take part in our Fanatic auction right now, the inaugural John Kincade Show Mentorship and Experience Auction at 97.5thefanatic.com. I'm living proof. Cancer research saves lives. And donations from private citizens like you add up. We're talking $5, $10, $20. It all counts. Your donation supports the scientists and doctors who will discover the next breakthrough. And even if your family has not been touched by cancer, at some point they will be. And I want you to be as optimistic about the future as I am. Donations in any amount. AACR.org/fanatic, because cancer research saves lives.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You think Jamie has some really crazy opinions? Don't worry. We do too.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Don't damn power.
All right, earlier today I gave the YouTube chat an A. Today now the grade is falling past like a B+, maybe to a B. Because again, then people keep moving the goalpost on what you say. So now I got
what?
Going,
no.
Yes, it's great to see her going now. Because first of all, if Sidney Crosby got drafted by the Flyers and won 3 Stanley Cups, he'd be immortalized here. Well, that's exactly why I didn't say anything about the 3 Stanley Cups. I just talked about the player. So then it is, well, Kincade just compared Claude Giroux to Sidney Crosby. No, I did not. What the frick are you listening to? I will buy, you know what? I will buy you a box of Q-tips. And you can drive by here in Bala Cynwyd, and I'll give them to you. At no point did that discussion even happen.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Here it is. Claude Giroux and Sidney Crosby, though, will both go to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
They're both going to go to the Hall of Fame, and that is exactly what I said. That doesn't mean you're comparing them. That means both guys will be in the Hall of Fame, and you'll be able to see them, whether one wins 3 Stanley Cups and one wins none.
So I call my friend Rock during the break because
this got you shook.
It does. It's my lack. No. It's my lack of knowledge. I think that
Rock is your
shook.
hockey phone a friend.
So Rock had a son play Division I hockey. He's in. So I call him and he picks up the phone and goes, he didn't say anything, but yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, later.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Come on.
But assuming Cups would have followed him here to Philadelphia is nonsensical because they would have had him alone and not surrounded him with the players needed and probably not had a goaltender and the proper defense and the proper coaching and, yada, yada, yada.
And Michael Layton, what are you talking about?
And then another gentleman says here, he goes, well, then Kincade will criticize Ben Simmons, but he won't criticize Claude Giroux. Well, first of all, we're not talking about Claude Giroux. Here's what I'll say, though, is what are the parts of Claude Giroux's game that are deficient?
I mean,
don't say finisher because there are many guys in the Hall of Fame who are facilitators exactly like Claude Giroux that are in the Hall of Fame. So it's not, don't say, well, he doesn't score enough goals because he creates goals at an amazing rate for his career, and he's never been surrounded by the talent Ben Simmons has been surrounded by.
I can't pinpoint a deficiency.
What's his deficiency?
It's I don't want to say crumbles because that's not really fair to him, but I think he puts too much pressure on himself when they get to the playoffs, and that negatively affects him. I think he presses way too much in the playoffs.
I've heard
because he feels the pressure of hey, I'm the guy with the C. I'm not only the guy, more importantly, I'm the best player. And he looks at it like if this team's not winning, it's on me.
9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to bagster.com. So Coach had to put a few people in timeout today, too, I understand.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's got a quick finger, he said.
I do. I have an itchy trigger finger today.
Yeah?
It's
you can always wipe better.
That's true.
And just
Sorry, what, Bob?
Wash your hands.
What's going on here?
We're just going to let that Bob comment go?
By the way,
I didn't.
Wow.
It's just, he said he was blessed. I don't know.
And wiping?
Oh, man.
They sell bidets for that.
They could do this for you. What I would suggest, too, is that maybe the troll guys who, like, pop into the YouTube and then start hammering off comments, it's like, first of all, we know exactly who you are. Because we know who you are. So it's like, just stop. Stop. You probably have show prep to do for your own show. I'm all for trying to find reasons for a loss. But I am not here for any excuse making. If you find yourself coming up with a call you don't think went the Sixers' way and say, wow, if that had went their way, they might have helped them win the game, you sound lame. The supposed better team yesterday, and I say supposed till they prove it, wet the bed. By the time they woke up, it was a mad scramble to the finish. So I've got a lot of what ifs. What if Doc didn't let the game get out of hand early in the second quarter as he continued to sit the starters? That, to me, is looking more terrible in the light of day. Now they got to regroup. The season, to me, seems like it's on the line tomorrow night. Now, I just saw the Clippers win a Game 7 where they lost 3 home games and then won a Game 7 and won every road game. I do not believe that will happen in this series. I do not believe you will go to Atlanta and win every road game. Could it happen? Sure. You need tomorrow night. But in retrospect, Bob, did you feel worse about yesterday's loss at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon or at 7 o'clock this morning?
Probably 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yeah, that's your gut reaction. How the hell did this happen? At 2:30 yesterday afternoon, I wasn't in a good place. I just couldn't figure things out. I watch a game and I try to figure out what is the strategy, what are you doing, why is that being taken away, why isn't this? And I just couldn't get an answer with the Sixers. I couldn't find an answer as to what they were trying to do yesterday, particularly defensively. When you watch a game, or at least when I watch a game, I'll watch it and I'll say, there it is. Look what they're doing. They're doing this. They're doing that. I didn't know what they were doing yesterday.
Yeah, I was definitely more upset yesterday at 4 o'clock than I was this morning. I think that's the best game the Hawks team can play. I do believe that was their ceiling. And they
are you talking about offensively? Because they can play a lot better defensively.
Yeah, offensively.
I can tell you. Offensively,
and you
yes.
kind of miraculously made it a game. So I slept okay on that. I was yesterday at 2:30. My cousin and I were watching the first half in the car, and we just both wanted to turn it off out of disgust. We were like, "What the hell is this? What is Doc Rivers doing with this rotation? Why is the second unit in? Why is Danny Green on Trey?" It was just a bunch of questions we didn't have answers to. So waking up this morning after processing it all and looking at the positives of things, I feel much better than yesterday.
I think the word embarrassing came out of my mouth as many times the Sixers turned the ball over. So that would be 19. Looking at it, though, I agree with Jamie in the sense that I think that's probably one of the best games you're going to get from the Hawks. It reminded me a little bit of the Brett Brown, the Christmas Day game against the Bucks where they just shot the lights out. Like, I don't think that's going to happen again. You're not going to hit 43% if you play good enough defense. Like, that defense was running around. They had no idea where the ball was, and we just haven't seen that this season. And you're not going to bank on 19 turnovers again. So
nearly half their points were 3-pointers.
Well,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Off of how about this one to you again? ESPN stats and information.
Love it.
Off of the first 12 Sixers turnovers.
Oof.
First 12 Sixers turnovers led to how many points?
27?
34.
Bob, did you cheat or did you just know that?
No.
27 points.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
That's
great.
huge. That's never going to, and that will never happen again in this series.
That's not Sixers huge.
That will never
That's
happen.
Hawks huge.
That will never happen again in this series.
Yeah,
there are not going to be 10 unforced turnovers and a half by the Sixers.
Yeah, like the protection of the basketball. How do you not have that on the forefront of your mind in Game 1 of an NBA playoff game? I just didn't understand the lackadaisical way they were handling the ball, the offensive fouls, everything that were turnovers in that first quarter. It was just ridiculous.
Maybe Joe returning had them feeling a certain sense of entitlement. Like they played like they were.
They did. They played like they were.
We expect to win this.
Hawks don't belong on the court with us.
That's the vibe I got.
We got this.
And
that's the arrogance that it came across as.
And to further it, I think the coach coached that way too. Here we are, guys. Go out and play. Go. Because you didn't see adjustments until the second half. Oh, it was a 20-point game by then, too. Look, everybody has an off day, no question. I was surprised Doc didn't make some more adjustments in that first half than he did because, again, you got down 26, and you entered the second half down 20. That's not a good way to start a playoff series.
Trent said in an email that Doc Rivers played that like he was at a new poker game yesterday because it sort of plays to your part here. When he's playing in a poker game with a bunch of guys that he doesn't usually play with. He said you feel out the room. You let the first hand, second hand, you watch how people play. You watch for their tells, and then you go in for the kill. Said Doc just went one hand too long.
So somebody on the inside at the Sixers used to tell me that when Larry Brown was the head coach, they called him the maestro down there. And they literally said a game would go and it would be 3 or 4 minutes in and then he would stand up and it would be like all right, I got this moment.
I see what they're doing.
And boom, he would make a change, an adjustment offensively and or defensively, and then it would just be smooth sailing there on out. We didn't see that at all yesterday. No.
That's a good analogy, though.
It is
like
a
the
great
idea
analogy with
you
the
go to a
card
poker
playing.
table, and you're sitting with a bunch of guys you don't know, and you let it ride for a hand or two, and you're sort of surveying.
Well, if you don't find the idiot in the room, you are it.
You are it.
The problem is that this isn't a new poker game. He's played Nate McMillan's Atlanta Hawks team. I think they played him twice at the end of the season.
They did play them twice.
So I'd buy into that if you hadn't played him yet. You had. You just fell asleep at the wheel.
Okay.
Trey's leveled up, though, I think.
Oh, no question.
Trey's shooting unconscious right now.
Yeah, he's playing at a near MVP level.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all car insurance, any kind of insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. We appreciate our friends at Liberty Mutual. Get on in on our auction, the Mentorship and Experience auction at 97.5thefanatic.com. One-of-a-kind experiences, mentorship opportunities benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research. The Coach, can you speak to something for a second here? Because this is a question I've got here. Terrence says many, many times he's tried to get internships at radio stations and he has not had the door open to him. Now, this is something where you guys really look for good interns. Just explain how this process works. Because you get a lot of requests for people wanting to intern here.
We do. So a few years ago, we had a full, I guess it was 3 semesters of internships, and a couple things happened in the radio industry. This is probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and our entire cluster here in Philly, Beasley, stopped doing internships. So currently, we do not have an internship program, though there has been talk of bringing it back.
Okay, good. So there you go.
So that makes this experience more special than normal.
You'll be under the hood for a week. You will be interning with this radio show. And I'm going to put, by the way, if your college kid wants to get into sports broadcasting, wants to do this for a living, the kid's going to work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like this.
Oh, no.
No. You're going to be put to work.
This isn't summer camp.
If you're here, this isn't.
You're cutting audio. You're doing some behind the scenes.
Work for me, bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you'll be working under Pat Egan.
And you will be here.
You can't work under me,
and
Bob.
you will
Come
be here on time.
We'll probably be over him.
No, he might shadow Pat one day, though.
Shadow is the correct way to
you
say
are
it.
doing. You're doing show prep. You will be put to work. This isn't going to be summer camp. You don't get your little Fanatic T-shirt and get to stand around and talk sports with Connor.
It's not Phillies fantasy camp.
And we're going to try to get Connor not to distract you too, because you'll get into many debates with Connor throughout the course of the show.
Better show up in a 3-piece suit too.
Connor and I shared a beautiful sunrise this morning.
Oh,
Did you hold hands?
It's lovely.
No, we don't hold hands. The couch is missing where we used to sit and watch it, though, because they're still moving stuff around. So today we just had to stand by the window for about 3 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the
Good
linchpin, Jamie says he's got another positive for us.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, we all agree Trae Young killed us yesterday, right?
Yes. I believe there was a chalk body outline.
He was a -11.
That's incredible.
Now,
Okay, now that is incredible.
the Sixers starters were all positives on the court, and the entire Hawks unit outside Bogdanovich was a zero. He was just even. Collins -12, Hill -10, Capella -4, Trae Young -11, and Bogdanovich was a 0. Whereas the Sixers starters were Harris +9, Green +5, Embiid +13, Simmons +4, and Seth Curry +16. When I mentioned earlier going to a smaller rotation here of just Dwight, George Hill, and take your pick on the 8th guy, this is why I bring it up. I know it's taxing, especially for Joel Embiid dealing with the knee injury. I just think your starting 5 is that much better, and I think their bench unit is better, which I didn't think I was going to say before Game 1. But this bench unit for the Sixers is in a weird place. And look, they can snap out of it in no time, but I almost considered trimming down the rotation.
I do.
And to me, this is a positive. Your starters were positive. The Atlanta starters were all negative. So to me, it's something to hang your hat on and build for in Game 2.
It's interesting in that, look, you have to do some subbing, and we talked about it, that all the starters besides Danny Green played more than 35 minutes. So they are out there. I think what's interesting now is what starters do you put with the subs?
Yes.
If you're Doc Rivers. Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, those are guys that you're probably going to have to put out there with your sub units so that you're not having 5 subs on the floor at the same time for a lot of minutes.
The problem is Ben, Thibault, and Howard on the floor together is a terrible combination.
It is. No question about it. That's why
that's what kills you.
Yeah. So I think when you go to that second unit, I know you guys are sick of hearing this, but if you're going to have Korkmaz out there and you're going to have a Ben out there and a Thibault, you got to go zone defense.
I'm with you. I'm in.
So is the zone defense, though, a card you play out of the deck, or is it a card that you play from the opening tip?
I don't think I'd go opening tip just yet. But when I go to the second unit and I have to have a shooter out there who was Furkan Korkmaz.
You need to hide him.
My gosh.
But it's also, when I put out front Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle of a 2-3 zone, my God, that's death. That is such a good front of a zone. And then, you're hiding Korkmaz. You want to try to keep the ball to one half of the court, one
keep
side
him on
of
the
the
other.
court, and keep. Yeah,
I know where to hide Korkmaz. There's a seat in like the third row.
Yeah, but if you need shooting with that second unit, I hear what you're saying,
I know,
John. You're going to have him out there.
It's going to have to be a 9-man rotation because you need Thibault out there defensively.
Well, I'm hoping there's going to be a time on Tuesday night where there will be a reason to have Korkmaz in the game because you're up comfortably and you're giving some guys some rest.
Yeah, I've said it a couple times today. I really think George Hill is the key to the second unit. He's got to ramp up the aggressiveness. He looked.
I like your point of view on this.
He looked lost out there yesterday offensively. He's the only guy I can really lean on here because it's not fair to Maxey. Shake's gone. Korkmaz is Korkmaz, so.
I mean, in fairness to George and the rest of the second unit, they all looked lost.
Yeah, they all did.
And they didn't have a lot of time to fix it because of the fact that they dug themselves a 17-point hole.
And they were in purgatory.
I mean, Doc tried to get Dwight Howard in towards the end of the first half for Joel Embiid, and there just wasn't a break. So I think he wanted to get those guys some run, and he couldn't.
George Hill needs to take 6 to 8 field goal attempts, not 2.
See, to me, that's why it comes back to defense. So your second unit looked lost offensively. Okay, do something defensively to negate that a little bit and get something out.
Yeah, and it worked great for
How
him.
did the press make? If I'm not mistaken, in the press they were a plus 13.
Yeah, it was great for them because it's a pain in the ass. They have great defenders.
You can't do that.
No,
not for too long.
Yeah. Mark in Boston joins us on the Fanatic. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys saw yesterday, but I just saw a team that was really like the average guy on their team, like say the average role player on their team, is super dynamic, can shoot, and way more athletic than we are top to bottom. Like I look at our team, and I thought we were super deep because we have young guys, we have veterans, we have shooting specialists, we have defensive specialists. So I figured, we were locked and loaded, but yesterday really showed me that, this Hawks team is way more dynamic than I thought.
I think it's an overstatement a little bit, though, is that would you take the Hawks roster over the Sixers? No.
Well, no.
I agree with you. It's more dynamic than anyone in this market was giving them credit for the most part.
I underrated them.
But, I was concerned because I know it's not going to be easy game 3 and 4. It's not going to be easy to get down there and get 2 wins.
Yeah, and look, they're going to get a DeAndre Hunter back.
It's a split, and Hunter's going to be back. I thought 6. I thought that they'd get a couple.
I still
games.
think 6.
And I am not blinking. Not at all. No blinking. 6s and 6. I'm not blinking. But I'll be blinking like hysterically Wednesday morning.
Well, you got to blink away those tears if they lose game 2.
Oh, no, it'll be anger. See, it won't be tears; it'll be anger. See, it'll be angry.
All right,
that'll be angry at that point, which isn't good. I want to just make a quick note here. We work for Beasley Media, and Beasley Media, we lost our founder, George Beasley, and they celebrated his life yesterday afternoon down in Florida. But the man who created Beasley Media from one radio station, and built it into a organization that has created so many jobs and so many opportunities for people to be a part of the Beasley Media conglomerate is truly amazing to think of your life's work and he was an educator.
Yeah.
That got into buying one radio station and then built it into a radio empire.
Yeah.
That now continues to serve and all over the country.
Sure.
And that's really impressive to have a vision, execute your vision, and then be able to pass that on where the vision continues with your children, with generations of radio broadcasters.
Yeah, it's the American dream, right? I mean, to take something you believe in and turn it into, what it has become is really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's a sad weekend for the company, obviously, and it is. Jamie hit it right on the head, and it's what I was thinking of when I was reading our boss Joe Bell's email. It is. It's the American dream.
Yeah.
To
set your kids up and your family up, and so many of us that have jobs.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
From such small beginnings too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's an impressive story of George Beasley, and our thoughts and prayers and respect go out to the Beasley family on their loss, and that is it's incredible to think of just what your legacy will be. And I always think of if your legacy is that other people being associated with you saw their lives climb.
Sure.
I always think that's the best.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of like the coaching tree of a Bill Belichick or an Andy Reid or a John Gruden or whatever it is. It says when you see people that are associated with you when their lives are a lot better because you were part of it.
Sure.
And it's not always monetarily. Sometimes it's other ways, but pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. So for the loss of George Beasley, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Beasley family. And we appreciate the opportunity we're given every day here at Beasley Media to be a part of this. And I'm new to the family, so this is different for me. We have opportunity for you. We've had a lot of good people interacting today. A gentleman says today, he goes, my God, Kincade does take calls. Well, on a day like this, we're venting. People are venting. And I've been really impressed with the callers, though. I don't think anybody's acting stupid today. I don't think anybody's overreacting too much to what's going on.
That speaks to the quality of the team that we've watched all year.
And I like that. So 610-632-0975. I have a philosophical question to get you at the bottom of the hour that I want to get in. Plus, we'll talk more about that Sixers bench as they get ready for Game 2 of this series. It's the John Kincade Show, and you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic. And I want to make sure you're checking out all of the auction items that are up for bid in our Mentorship and Experience auction for the John Kincade Show, benefiting the American Association for Cancer Research. How about Ricky Batalico running a practice for your Little League team? Or coming on out maybe to work with your high school baseball team, working with your pitchers. These are great opportunities for you at 97.5thefanatic.com. It's a win-win because you get a memorable experience. 100% of your winning turns into a donation to the American Association of Cancer Research to fund cancer research. The auction's live through this Thursday, June the 10th. Do you have a college-age student who wants to get into sports radio for a living? I know there's usually lots of you out there. I will make this individual my personal intern for the week. They'll work, they'll learn, and I guarantee you they'll get a semester's worth of information in their head by the end of that week. They'll absolutely love it. Head to our website, 97.5thefanatic.com. Check out all the amazing experiences, and please bid high for a great cause.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Ant. Don't be that guy this summer. The guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. Yeah, you can still be slimmer for this summer, since it only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed money-back program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair and saliva and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to keep the weight off for the rest of your life. It's all about the science. Not sure if you can do it alone. NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. Hold your hand. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural. No shots, no hormones, no surgery. With offices close by in Cherry Hill, Princeton, and now open in King of Prussia, or available with live online video consultations. Visit NJDiet.com or call 855-NJ-DIET. Go to NJDiet.com. Lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
T-Mobile is bringing 5G from big cities to small towns across America. We've been investing billions to light up the largest and fastest 5G network. And now, according to competitive data from Umlaut, T-Mobile is the most reliable 5G network, too. To celebrate, we're inviting everyone to upgrade their experience. Introducing the free 5G upgrade. Bring any working cell phone to T-Mobile and trade it in for a free 5G Samsung Galaxy. Still have a flip phone? If it can make a call, you can trade it in. Plus, all our plans include 5G access on the full T-Mobile network at no extra cost.
Let's go.
Now that's an upgrade. T-Mobile is America's leader in 5G. Experience it today with the free 5G upgrade. Visit a neighborhood store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
Phone via 24-bill credits while supplies last, plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us. Qualifying credit, service, and undamaged trade-in required. Most reliable according to independent third-party Umlaut from crowdsourced user experience data from September 2020 to February 2021. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Game on! At Rivers Casino Philadelphia, we have what real players want. Pure action, better odds, more playtime, comfort, and convenience. Game day action in our sportsbook. Less show, more dough. Play online at BetRivers.com or play in person at Rivers Casino Philadelphia. We're following the latest CDC guidance for your health and safety. Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to our playground.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Friends, if you're in a job you can't stand or worried your unemployment benefits will be ending, you need to go to mycomputercareer.edu and fill out the free career evaluation form. I've personally spoken to them, and apparently, employers are lining up to hire their graduates. In as little as 4 months, you could start your career in the growing cybersecurity and networking fields. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. Tell them Max sent you.
If you're trying to be your best, whether that's the best office bingo player or the best volleyball player on the planet, you're going to need some help. Almonds are that help. Your teammate to tackle anything and everything. Whether you eat them by the handful or sipping on an almond milk smoothie, almonds are natural fuel for the best you. Your snack to keep your head in the game and body energized. So, whether you're going for the top step of the podium or another round of bingo, refuel with almonds. California almonds. Own your everyday, every day.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater.
New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
You know, when people see me walking around the radio station with a bottle of juice, I get a lot of questions. Are you hungry all day? Do you feel tired? Does it really work? Well, to my colleagues and listeners, Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. I feel more energized. The juices keep me satisfied all day and night, and I feel less bloated, and I'm losing a couple pounds. Now, you can try it yourself by going to Squeezed.com. Get same-day delivery if you order before 1 p.m. Just go to Squeezed.com, click Mike Miss in the drop-down at checkout.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible. I need a PC that'll help launch my side hustle without grounding my budget.
Staples Connect makes it possible with the tools you need to work from home. And now get up to $150 off select PCs, like the Lenovo Flex 2-in-1 laptop with Intel i5 processor. Explore what's new at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N612 in-store only, limit 2.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live.
With the NBA playoffs here, I know you're in hoops heaven, betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. FanDuel is taking the excitement to another level right now. New and existing users can bet risk-free throughout the playoffs, and new users can get up to $1,000 back if your first bet doesn't win. Once you have an account, you can bet on same-game parlay risk-free every week. You got some great matchups coming up. Game 2 tonight, Brooklyn-Milwaukee. Who do you like? Also, you have this Philadelphia-Atlanta thing going on here. I think Game 2, you know who you should go with. If your bet doesn't win, you'll get $10 back. Basketball fans, now's the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot. Just sign up with promo code Bob to bet the playoffs risk-free. Promo code Bob exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 and older and present in Pennsylvania. Risk-free bet for first online real money wager only and refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Same game parlay refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Match refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Picking on Egan is extremely mean, but I assure you, it's just a small, minute, tiny part of our content.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Good to see so many of you checking out the American Association for Cancer Research, our mentorship and experience auction at 97.5thefanatic.com. Boys, people want to hang out with you.
It's awesome. We're going to have a blast.
There's already like 11 or 12 bids in on hanging out with you guys.
Fantastic.
Nice.
That's great to see.
Yeah, we will hook this beer tour up. Bob and I know some of these brewers, and we know the region quite well and the breweries, so we will map out a great beer tour.
That's really fun.
It should be a good time, and hopefully it's surrounding a game or two or something like that.
Yeah.
So
that'd be a good idea.
No matter what, we'll have fun.
By the way, cousin Michelle said, I want to take you to the airport.
Oh, look at that.
Sweet.
Look at that.
But I'm
See
not,
that? You just put the call out to the cousin.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking her up on it, though.
Maybe she wants to.
I
Why
said,
not?
No, I said maybe next time when I go to Vegas later in the summer.
Okay.
Maybe I'll let her
Because
do
some
it
people,
then.
when they offer, like I think Bob is one of these people, if they offer it, that they genuinely are looking to help out.
Oh, I know.
So
Absolutely.
maybe Michelle's one of them. Maybe she's a Bob.
She is.
All right, there you go.
She's more, and she's a Kincade by marriage.
Ah.
And she embodies the spirit of the family. Just that she can scrap with anybody at any time, and you want her to have your back. If there's a scrap breaking out, you want little. And Michelle's Egan's size.
Oh wow.
And she'd kick your ass.
She's single?
She'd kick your. No, Big Dan is her husband.
Never mind. I'm out.
Big Dan.
Congratulations to Big Dan on your success.
He'll break you. Big Dan. He'll break you in half.
Way to go, Big Dan.
Did you miss the part where he said married into the family?
Oh my gosh! By the way, there's this
I could marry in the family.
The other day we played Jeffersonville the other day. Pat Vanderslice played with us.
Not a good golf
Is that
name.
a real name, or is
Yes.
that just indicative of his game?
Pat no, guess what? He had a pretty good game after the first few holes. Mikey McNellis and Pat Vanderslice. And he used to pitch at St. Joe's with cousin Matt.
Oh.
And he looks like a baseball pitcher. He looks like a guy that, if he came out of the Phillies bullpen right now, he'd be like, okay, I feel pretty good with this guy going out there. The slice did come into play a few holes.
Yeah.
For him.
Well, power fade, we like to call it in the slice community.
I was very Bob. I think you should. Now it's a shorter course, Jeffersonville, but the greens are so immaculate.
Yeah,
you don't waste as many shots on the green because your ball's not bouncing around. There's 91.
Your balls weren't bouncing around?
Hadn't broken 100 on my return.
Is it a par?
70.
Is it? Okay.
So it's par 70. So the 91 isn't as impressive in a par 70.
Oh, it's very impressive.
But breaking 100 was. So I was glad. So I didn't expect to go 103, 101, 102 in my full rounds on my own ball at home and then shoot 91.
Well, that's what keeps you coming back, right?
Yes, it does.
Days like that.
And now
That's why I don't golf a lot.
Why?
Because you don't get days like that.
Because I don't get days like that.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, on a par 70, a 91's more like a 95, Bob, right? 94?
No, it's
comparable.
I'll give you a 91.
No, I know, but when it's
I
par
don't.
70,
I would say 94,
when it's
95.
par 70, it's probably like that. But it's still, it was fun to beat it. You guys would, you guys have a lot of fun. It was a great trip.
Yeah, we'll make it happen at some point.
Hey, make sure you put your deposit down now at PhillySportsTrips.com. Join us in Vegas in October for the ultimate Birds away game trip. That's PhillySportsTrips.com. So make sure that you check that out. You can go to Vegas with us, which will absolutely be fun. It is going to be such a good time.
Yeah,
it's going to be such a good time.
I have.
Uh-oh.
I know. I have to give bad news to my sister.
A little maneuvering
about this Vegas trip.
Do you want to do it live on the air?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to an awkward point here.
That'd be a good bit.
She's far away. She doesn't.
No, but that'd be a good bit, though.
I had a thing too.
Really?
What?
I had a thing.
You had a
You had a thing and had to.
We had planned a trip to Disney.
For that weekend?
For that weekend.
You're kidding me.
And it was us and another couple.
Well, they were playing before the Eagles schedule came out.
Eagles schedule comes out. I'm not thinking one or the other.
That's
and then,
crazy.
And then I got a text and said, "Hey, are you going to this?" And it was your tweet that said, "Hey, join us in
And you're
Vegas."
like,
and I said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'm going to it. It's for the
so
show."
did you maneuver it
We moved it this weekend.
to this weekend?
No.
Oh, you moved it this
I moved
weekend.
it this weekend. We were 5 months out. I'm like, we can
Right,
switch this.
exactly.
We can
I mean,
switch
it's
this
not
up.
that
We hadn't bought plane tickets. Johnny, I'll be in Vegas with you.
I got to get my niece to change her wedding day. It's a little bit harder.
I don't think your niece is going to do that.
No?
No, I don't think she wants to.
So there's going to be a conflict?
I think there's going to be conflict.
Oh, boy.
I think
You can probably live stream it.
Well, we could do it live on the air. You could talk to your niece.
Donna could FaceTime
No,
you.
I don't want to talk to my niece. No, they're very forgiving people. My sister is a
well, this is something
minister,
out of your control. Oh.
so she's a very forgiving person.
It's force majeure, right? It's out of your control.
No, it's out of your control. I mean,
What was that word?
legally,
Force majeure.
Never heard that before.
It is
It's
a
like
legal
menage a
term.
trois.
It's a legal term meaning, Pat. There was
Caveat emptor. Menage a trois.
there was no avoiding it.
Yeah, like a hurricane. If you had travel insurance,
There's
is
no
a force
avoiding it.
majeure.
I think the person we blame is whoever creates the NFL schedule.
There are now 18 bids on the Beers with Bob and Jamie and Pat
Nice.
experience.
All right.
Love it.
That's awesome.
We're gonna have a good time.
All right, I have a philosophical question for you here.
Uh-oh.
Ben Zobrist is a guy, and I'm not going to, and I hope everything's going well in his life, but he has already sold one of his World Series rings, and now his Kansas City Royals one, he sold. His World Series ring with the Cubs, where he was the MVP, and he had the biggest hit of the series, is going up for grabs.
I heard it's not.
No, he's auctioning it off.
His agent said otherwise.
Well, it's going up for grabs. I know it was what it would have said. It's going up for grabs. And Heritage Sports says again, no, they have the ring. They say they have the ring.
And it's not going up for grabs in our ACR auction.
No, it's not going up for grabs in ours. But Ben Zobrist has had some strange things going on in his life, but hopefully he's okay. Everything's good. But if you had a chance to buy, they're like, wow. So one of my buddies says to me, I would kill for this. And he's a Chicago boy. He said, I'd kill for this. And he said, my wife would kill me because I guarantee this thing's going to go for tons of money. So just put it into sports at all. I'm going to be a stranger. I would not want anyone's championship ring. I would never want to pay for someone else's championship ring that has their name on it. That would not interest me in the least.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel on that
about
stuff.
Memorabilia.
Like,
that
I don't. Yeah, and that wouldn't interest me at all.
I have a dog named after Nick Foles. I love Nick Foles, but I would never want Nick Foles' Super Bowl ring.
How's everyone doing?
I mean, that's a piece of memorabilia to me that would almost feel awkward that you had it.
Yeah, I would have no interest. What's the price tag estimation?
Well, it's not going on. Oh, well.
Did they estimate what it could go for?
Championship rings have gone for
60, 70?
$70,000, $80,000 ring.
This is a Cubs ring, though.
It's a Cubs ring also.
A lot of people out there.
So the hope is, I guess, to get reaction from people. Look, I have this ring, okay? Somebody comes over to your house and you say, look, I have Zobrist's World Championship ring. What's the best reaction you're going to get? Besides,
that's cool.
Let me try it on and put it on my Instagram. Like that's kind of.
I guess so.
I guess that's worth
to me. I could spend much better ways to spend $70,000
or better memorabilia. Like I don't get someone's championship ring to me. If you were a memorabilia guy,
which I am to a degree,
you are.
I have some stuff that I think is cool.
I told you the girls got me a Super Bowl football when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots and lost. And I have a championship Super Bowl football. I've got the two of them in cases. The only other thing I have is a Cole Hamels. I had a MVP. I had a game-used baseball from the 08 World Series.
That's cool.
Cole Hamels signed it.
Yeah, that's cool. I have a Chooch bat.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah. I have a Chooch bat signed, a McNabb helmet from 2001 signed. And then, my dad gave me like a Ted Williams autographed baseball, and I got a Schmidt in my life.
So you have some of those. But I mean, like, I don't do the memorabilia.
But I would never. I like to acquire the memorabilia through my own work, and it's usually not paying for it. It's like kind of. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I do a Eagles helmet signed by the Super Bowl team.
It would be pretty cool.
You could display it with Nick Foles.
Bob has no interest.
Bob's so out on this.
Well, all right. You told Jamie that you had a World Series 08 game ball signed by Cole Hamels, and Jamie said, "Oh, cool."
That's what it is, though. I mean, it's like you look at it, go.
I mean, that's the most reward you get out of getting something like that. Somebody says, "Oh,
by the
cool."
way, I didn't pay for it.
Like Marie Kondo, are you familiar with her? She
makes the frozen meals.
That's Marie Curie.
No, that's the lady who's like scientist.
My Aunt Marie.
She's got a Netflix
Marie
show.
Calendar.
Bang.
Her whole thing is, when it comes to personal belongings in your house, she tries to declutter people's houses, and basically is, if you pick something up, does it bring you joy or does it not? And if you pick up a Cole Hamels baseball and it brings you joy, then it's worth keeping. It's that simple, really.
Like that.
That's a good way of looking at it. Like, our son Bobby is a huge Phillies fan and a knowledgeable baseball guy. So when I was covering the league championship series in 2009, when the Phillies won to go, they were popping champagne bottles, and Jason Worth was standing there. I was about to interview him, and he picked up a cork and gave it to me. He says, "You have any use for this?" Because I guess I was looking at it. I said, "My son would love it." Yeah, so I took it and I gave it to my son. Now Bobby has that still.
I have an 07 and 08 cork from the locker room that I took, and they make me happy.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes him happy.
Yeah.
So
that's what it's all about.
Like I always would rather have an experience, the memory up here, than a thing.
Yeah, because you can replay that in your mind over and over and over again, and usually get happy every time.
Always get me, like Christina says, you can't be bought for. No one can buy you anything. like Father's Day's coming up. She goes, "We found something for you that it's awesome. We got a Father's Day gift for you. You're gonna love it." And I'm saying that's really, really cool. But nobody can buy me anything that she's like. No one can buy you anything. Like you have anything you want, you have. And you hate spending money. So she's like, so you don't really want that much. But an experience?
Yeah.
She got tickets to one year for me for Christmas to see Seinfeld. And
that's on me and my wife's bucket list.
4th row center.
That's not cheap because I've been checking out prices.
It was spectacular. Is he coming here?
No, not that I've seen, but just in the past, we've always checked it out. Yeah.
What's the deal with Seinfeld tickets?
And it was so spectacular. But it was awesome.
But you wouldn't have spent that money for yourself.
No.
Yes.
But that was an experience. I'd rather have her spend it on that than something I put on a shelf.
Yeah, I get that.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. My
I'd
favorite
rather do
gift
that.
was a kegerator.
No, but that's an awesome thing.
Exactly. It's something you can use, and it's beneficial.
And you love
have the actual reward of having it every night around 7 o'clock.
It's not bad.
It's one of the reasons I can't stand the fact that, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but like ticket stubs are going by the wayside.
It sucks.
Because I love collecting.
I have a ticket stub diary.
Yeah, me too. I have all my saved ticket stubs from every game I've been to, and I've actually gone so far as to when somebody will email me, like if the team will email me the tickets, I've in the past called up my rep and said like, hey, I can't open the email. Can you just leave them at will call just so I can have a ticket stub?
I got a great idea for you. And Christina did it for me before because she found the box with all of my press credentials from just years and years of being at different events and everything. And we had a coffee table, and she got a piece of glass cut for the coffee table that fit over the coffee table, and then laid out all the press credentials, and then laid the glass on top of it. You can do that with ticket stubs and anything. That's a really cool conversation piece.
My dad did that.
With what?
With the 1980 Phillies. He had this like wooden table he made that has ticket stubs and clippings from the newspaper, and it's all about like this Phillies. It's an awesome thing that he made.
To that team.
But it's awesome. You see the ticket stubs and whatnot.
Table?
Yeah.
Your dad's that handy? Like he made
it's not that well made of a table, but
that's pretty
you can
awesome,
put stuff
though.
on it, though. Yeah, no, it's an awesome item.
Here's what Bob Cooney thinks in the corner about what the Sixers bench needs to do.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
I was thoroughly disappointed in the Sixers bench yesterday, as many were. But I am not talking about Juwan Howard. I'm not talking about Matisse Thybulle.
Juwan Howard.
Juwan Howard?
Did Juwan Howard play?
University of Michigan's on the bench?
I swear to God, I say that more often than I say Dwight Howard.
Did Juwan Howard play yesterday?
Yeah. See, I wasn't.
Can they use him?
I wasn't disappointed.
Guess what?
in
I
him.
might have used him yesterday. Yes.
So it wasn't Dwight Howard. It wasn't Maxey. It wasn't Thybulle.
Wasn't Juwan Howard either.
It wasn't Korkmaz. It wasn't Hill.
Who?
It was the assistant coaches. Sam Cassell, Dave Yeager, Dan Burke. You got to get in Doc's ear a little quicker. Things had to change quicker, and it can't all just fall on the head coach. That's why you have these assistants. It's why you have really, really good assistants, and I think these guys are. And Dan Burke's your defensive coordinator, and you have guys in Tyrese Maxey's ear. All of those things. Where were they yesterday? I'm sorry. We all think that Doc Rivers didn't have a good game, and I think we're right on it. I don't think he did. But when you're not making defensive adjustments, is it him saying to the coaches, no, I got this, no, don't worry about it? I mean, you got to get in his ear. You got to have something change, and it was right there for the taking to change yesterday.
Yeah, to me, Dan Burke was probably front and center there because he was an assistant under Nate McMillan for all those years in Indiana. He probably knows him like the back of his hand and knows what he likes to do, and if you can apply the style of player that the Hawks have to his philosophy, you should be able to, figure that out.
One of the reasons I like coming to work, guys, isn't just your smiling faces, but because you learn some stuff. And I say this with all sincerity. I hadn't even thought about Dan Burke being an issue in that game.
Like
I hadn't thought about Dan Burke.
Been in that kitchen.
I have not even. That didn't even cross my mind yesterday.
You didn't listen to me and Devon yesterday because we talked about it on our pregame show.
I heard it on the pregame show.
I was out with my family, Bob. My bad. Sorry about that. Trying to be a doting father and husband.
Selfish.
Yes, I know. But that's something that needs to get cleaned up. But I hadn't even thought about it. So thanks, guys.
I really was. I was surprised to see something what appeared to be blatantly obvious not addressed in a quicker manner. And when that's the case, yes, we look at the head coach first, but that's the exact job of the assistants. Up in the ear, hey, what about this? What about that? What about the other?
Yeah.
I was surprised by that.
I was very surprised.
I like what Sean Dennis says on our YouTube. He says, hearing Bob Cooney say I'm disappointed in you strikes so much fear in my soul, my spirit wets itself. I think that was the worst thing Betty had in her bag of tricks was ever to say to me, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's worse than I'm angry.
Yeah, oh no,
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed from your mother. Oh,
I'm so disappointed.
That makes you.
I didn't
just
care either
sink.
one.
And you didn't? Really? You didn't like it? So would your kids be taken to their knees by that? You saying because it does.
My daughter would. The boys would just be like me and be like, yeah, whatever.
What was your mom or dad's go-to, Anthony, where when they said something to you, it wounded you?
Definitely my mother.
Saying?
And definitely that along the lines of I'm disappointed. Like,
I can't even be angry.
You hurt me.
Mama yeller?
Oh.
Mama Gargano a yeller?
Nah.
No?
Nah, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
See, Betty wasn't a yeller. She was a thrower, though.
Yeah, my mother had a good arm. She would wing
What was your mom's weapon? Oh, you said sneaker.
Yeah.
Betty,
because I had big feet, so I wore size 11 in 8th grade. I wore size 13 now, and she would go. Betty start to wing sneakers at you
through the Dr. Scholl's. The wooden clogs.
She
could make them do like a boomerang.
The worst is the high heels. They would have the stiletto heels, and I would have one stuck to my chest. Sticking out one of her high heels.
Impaled you.
It's sticking out of my chest.
Jamie, your mom a thrower?
No.
Now look, she's here to listen to the show this morning, so you're allowed to throw mom under the bus a little bit.
No.
She never threw anything at you?
It was all verbal.
Did she have the staff?
She could cut you.
Did she have the staff throw something at you?
Mama, Eileen.
Did the butler or the maid?
She was very nice to the staff.
She was very nice to the staff.
Yeah.
Bobby, you ever get stuff thrown at you?
No.
Never?
My parents didn't care about me. They were 60 when I was born, so it was like.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah. They just.
Have at it, Bob.
If I was home, they made sure I left on time. That was it.
Patty?
I heard disappointed so much that I thought it was my middle name growing up, and I got real close to the wooden spoon. Me and the spoon had a special relationship. So, I heard it.
Chef Cuz, tell people a little bit about what it would be like if you came to cook at their home with sous chef Andrew Salchunas, because it is now up for auction. That item is now up there on our 97.5thefanatic.com auction page.
Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really going to speak of my mother. My mother used to make the greatest spaghetti and crabs. That was always her thing. And so in her honor, I started cooking, and I started making them on Christmas Eve when she would always make them. And so I perfected it. And so we come to your house. It'll be Chunas and I. Ooh. And then you can grab, 6 people, right? You can have a nice half dozen, nice crowd, maybe more, 8. And we'll cook, and I'll make it the greatest spaghetti and crabs. In fact, the crabs are going to come from Papa Chunas's crab trap in Brigantine.
Nice.
The question is, does Anthony and Chunas stay? I had a gentleman email me. Does that mean you guys are staying to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, we're hanging out.
Staying. No, guys asking the question.
It's
okay,
good.
Wine will be flowing.
Yeah.
This will be good.
Oh, without a doubt.
This is good.
And I clean my crabs they're impeccable.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, I get the
You are like
toothbrush.
a surgeon with it?
I do. I get all the gook out.
I love that.
Yeah, because they're pristine.
This is not gook. Yeah, you don't want gook.
I respect the gook.
Some people like the gook.
Yeah.
Do you like when they put the newspaper over the picnic tables and everybody just goes into the things?
I do, as long as they're
picking
clean.
them apart.
Yeah,
nothing makes me happier.
You love that.
I love it.
For that.
Do you live for that?
Yeah, give me 6-8 hours at a crab table and a keg.
It's so much work for me.
I love it.
I love it.
You love it too.
Love it.
It is good. I don't want to give away anything you're going to talk about today, but on the positivity meter, will you find some?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Anthony will find some silver lining.
That's a shock.
But it's going to come. He's ready for it.
Sunshine Mary.
He's going to unleash. He is going to unleash, which is going to be fun. We'll have some fun with Anthony Gargano and Chunas. Coming up next, Cuz Radio. We'll take you through the morning, and then Mike Missinelli and the gang this afternoon. You do not want to miss it. We will be back tomorrow as we preview Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Must-win game? Maybe that's hyperbole. We'll find out. For everybody at the John Kincade Show, check out our auction page at 97.5thefanatic.com. We'll be back tomorrow at 6.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by the American Association for Cancer Research, the official charity partner of the John Kincade Show. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR to make a life-saving donation today.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors in your house? Well, it's time you finally go Guida, my good friends. At Guida Door and Window will help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off. And you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. You can buy an entry door, you'll get half off a storm door. You can buy a patio door, you'll get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida is making it easier for you to afford your project with no money down and interest-free financing up to 18 months. Act now. The offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today and schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate. The number, 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Online, GoGuida.com. That's go, Guida.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late.